Penny, worst Stardew Valley pick. It's true.
Oh.
No one can tell me otherwise. It just is a fact of life. Right, Ray?
Yeah, I married her, and I didn't like it.
Penny's the best one. I hate to
2
break
out of
it to you
10.
guys. Penny's the best one. I hate to break it to you guys.
It's
This
just
guy's
so
biased.
boring.
This guy's so biased.
She's
This guy's
always
biased.
so.
Yeah.
She pushes old people around. She's an old people hater.
I'm also
She always
an old
wants
people
kids.
hater.
She's pro life because she wants kids.
Despicable.
That's
Absolutely despicable.
She cries if you reject her feelings, so she can't handle rejection.
that's based.
What?
Huh?
That's just
I'm
true
speaking
emotion.
from experience.
That's true emotion.
This wouldn't get it, bro. This wouldn't get it. She speaks
Alright,
to me
whatever.
deeply.
I'd say the best bachelor / bachelorette I think is Leah or Leah. Leah. I've never married her.
This
I always
is
marry
correct.
Alex. Thank you. I personally really like Maru and Emily, and I've always married Alex, but I think Leah just makes sense.
The
to be
hot
best
beach
one.
boy is good too.
Elliot?
Elliot.
Yeah.
I haven't played the game in a long time, and I don't think I've ever fully romanced anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, you said you never married Penny.
No, Penny's my favorite, but mostly for the bit because it makes you angry.
That doesn't make me angry. It just makes me
It's
realize
just
that you have shit
objectively
opinions.
incorrect. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
bad take.
The game is good, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Big
only
poopy
have,
doo doo
I
crap
only
ass
have
take.
like 15 hours in it.
Only.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not that
Just
That
to-
is
just to check,
actually
Ethan.
pathetic. Ray, how many hours?
Well, I have it both on the Switch and the on my Steam. So on the Steam, I have 164 hours, and then on Switch, I'm pretty sure it's like 250.
178 on Steam, and I have no other platforms.
I have like 15 hours.
We're gamers.
I can't look.
We're gamers
You can
here.
look at my account if you want, but I like to see the exact. I can't get at it without fucking up the recording. So
That's fine.
Connor, in the recording, are going to hear a pop can opening. I am drinking gamer juice.
Yeah.
It's orange soda.
I was trying to
Orange.
formulate some sort of joke about that, but I didn't get to it at the time.
Orange soda?
It's gamer
No, you
piss.
mean,
It's
like,
what I'm drinking. It's
Crush
gamer
or-
piss.
or is it Fanta?
Yeah, Crush. Yeah,
You're
I'm
here
drinking
to
Crush.
hear
Fanta
first,
is
folks. Ray drinks piss.
I do.
Big
At least it's
piss
not Fanta.
drinker.
That's Zionist drink. Yeah.
That's right.
What
And
the
Pepsi,
fuck
too.
does that mean?
It's a Nazi.
It's-
Well, yeah, no, they do make it there,
Is it
don't
not?
they?
Yeah,
Well,
I think so.
I mean, the classic line is to call it the Nazi drink because it's what the Nazis made when they couldn't make Coca-Cola.
Is it? Is that true?
That's true about Fanta, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. How
That's
we
okay, I don't
started
drink
with
Fanta.
Nazis in the first 2 episodes of this.
Well, we started by dissing your fucking Stardew takes.
Ethan
That's-
really wanted to diss your Stardew
Yeah.
Valley. I mean, I'm
that was
always
important.
happy to
It's
do
a
it.
good opening bit.
I'm always happy to do that.
This is technically my episode, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to do the
All right,
intro.
cool. Anyway, welcome everyone to Don't Even Get Me Started, a podcast about presentations about stuff. I'm Ethan, pronouns any and whatever you want, and joined today by the normal people. Well, the normal 2 other co-hosts. I wouldn't really call them normal. Connor and Ray.
I'm normal. I have normal interests. I wasn't talking
I'm
about
not
Lego Star
normal.
Wars for 30
Trying to-
minutes before we
You're
started.
trying to like creep yourself over a 210 purchasing limit for an extra Lego set.
I need the gift with purchase. I
He
need.
needs it.
It's just
Really
which
does, apparently.
which sector I spend my hard-earned clams on.
I need it! I can't do SpongeBob, but I know what you're talking about.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not normal, but here I am. I use she, they pronouns.
For the record, I'm also not normal. Today,
If you're on this podcast, you're not normal. Sorry, Becky.
yep, no, I'm throwing that bus.
And future
Shout out
guests.
to our one guest episode, which is still our
And
most watched
yes,
episode.
and all additional future guests. This episode, we're back in Edmonton. Heavy collaboration on
left.
this one.
Well, someone's leaving Edmonton pretty soon, though.
All
yeah.
of my episodes have either been, oh yeah, I'm going to Vancouver. All of my episodes have either been Heritage Minute or we're talking about something in Edmonton,
I'm
right?
sensing a theme.
I think so.
Hey, I like the city's pretty cool, man. What was my other episode about? I did
We
Heritage
had
Minutes,
Canadian Heritage Minutes.
buildings,
The
Heritage Minutes,
teeth. Yes,
Oh
it's
yeah,
good.
this is
City
this is
Skylines
number
TV
4.
was your
I don't
first
think
one.
the
no,
first
this is-
episode counts though,
What do you mean? It's an episode.
Yeah.
How does it not count?
because it wasn't
I
like
have it
his
listed
full
as
episode.
0.
Oh, I see. I mean, it was. I mean, it's technically episode 1, but
Yeah, but like it wasn't like an Ethan
Whoever-
episode. I mean, it's
Whoever
in
12 in, I'm
That's-
already
that's
having
true.
difficulty keeping track.
it's
of
in
what
the
I've
Ethan
done.
playlist because it's in all of our playlists.
yeah.
and this
one's. Is this one gonna? I was gonna say, this one gonna be another one?
I
It's
think
gonna be
so.
all of-
I think I'll put it in everybody's.
I don't know.
playlist.
Listen, we spent like what 30 minutes out of an episode recently talking about the West Edmonton Mall, and we were like, "Fuck it, it's
Yeah.
time."
The first almost like 30, 40 minutes. I think it was 20 minutes, but I feel like it was the first 30
And
minutes.
it's just about.
of my episode. Yeah.
So get
Like,
ready,
it's
folks,
important.
for an episode just full of local references. If you're not from Edmonton, and grew up in a
It's
very
time to learn.
specific time, most of this probably won't make sense.
It's time to learn.
Unless
don't
you
worry.
live in, I mean, Canada is, this is a Canadian, this is the biggest mall in North America, as has been stated
Correct.
before.
Is it still the biggest
Uh,
mall?
Got-
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I thought one in the
Nor-
States beat it.
No, Mall in North America is like number 2, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're bigger. I think the
Mall,
dealership made it
so
bigger.
it's the Mall of America. The dealership
Yeah,
did
thank
not
you.
make it bigger. We still have
Oh,
the
really?
same like footprint.
It's still weird to me
footprint
that
hasn't
there's a
expanded.
dealership in there.
That is probably one of the best like retail things that could have ever gone to that mall.
I'm not
They
against
haven't
it,
had
it's just weird.
A dealership before. We're getting a little ahead of
Wow.
ourselves. It's the West
I'm
Edmonton
ki- I'm
I
Mall.
always go check that dealership out with my friend when I go. It's-
Why?
Been in that dealership?
He-
I go in the area above
It's
it.
on the
and look at
wrong
it.
I
end
go
of
up
the
there, too.
mall
He likes
from
well, Game
Lego.
City's over there, so I
Game
always go
City
there.
is
but
over there.
When I
Well,
go,
you have
I'll,
been over it.
I'll censor
And
his
you
name.
look
but
forlornly at the Toyotas.
when I go,
Wait, who is it?
When I go with, he always wants to look at the cars. He just likes cars.
Hey, yeah, look, rest in peace to Mindbender. We'll get to that, but
It'll come back.
well,
But yeah,
we'll get
this
to,
is this is a collaborative episode. We've all done a little bit.
we've done a
Ethan was
substantial
I'd say a
sections of
decent
each.
bit.
Ethan just
I think-
told us like do something, and Ray and I were just like, okay.
Well, we all had a good conversation about it, and each of us is gonna have something to add. You know, more than the architecture of the city itself. I think you'll actually give a shit about adding something here.
We've all experienced this since a young age, so I feel like it's easy. It makes sense, you know?
Yeah, that's right. All right, next slide. Once again, but why didn't? No.
I hit
Did
stop
you,
recording.
is your pen on again?
Yeah.
Connor, is the pen
Yeah.
on again?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I caught it. We're good.
You got, and you're still recording.
Yep, we're back.
Okay.
We're good. Yeah, we're back. That is what my
I just-
that is
I-
what
We're
my
so
notes
back.
take.
I just
you
hit.
know?
I
Back
just
here.
hit spacebar, and then it was still clicked on OBS. Let's hope I
That's
didn't
funny.
break something.
That's funny. Well, hopefully not, I guess.
Amazing. Well,
Technical
yes, we're
difficulties.
back. We're back in Edmonton. We've been here before.
I've been there. I was on that bridge
Pros.
like 2 days ago.
I
City of
still haven't been in that
Champions.
area in a while.
Gateway to the North. You know, we've seen all these nice. This is the one photo we've seen of Edmonton. It's nice and green. It's summer. It's sunny. Big blue skies. There are some negatives to living in Edmonton, though. Next slide, please.
One being that
Negative-
it rarely
I was-
looks this nice.
One being that we live
exactly
in-
what I'm
Looks
talking
like
about.
this.
It normally looks
Oh,
like
shit!
this.
Didn't know that was the next slide.
I was actually. It makes sense in hindsight, but the University of Alberta International having winter in Edmonton alerts for any international students. It's important, you know? It's a little hard to go outside, especially when it looks like this on this day, which, oh my
Looks
God.
like today as
His
well.
alarm's going off.
I'm getting a call, Connor. I need you to
Are
put
you
it down.
kidding me?
Dude, cross it off the bingo! Dude, I put on the bingo for a reason.
He
Again, I'm
gets a
so
call
sorry.
almost every episode. I hope
I
you
think-
know this,
I feel
audio
like there's-
listeners. He's just usually
I-
not talking. He'll just mute himself, and we just don't acknowledge it. And
I will be making this bingo ready for this episode.
please
we
do,
already
Ray.
struck 2 things off, or technically 3 because we talked about
3.
Lego, but it wasn't on the.
it wasn't while
Yeah.
we're recording, but
It wasn't while recording, but you
It's-
were. I had to leave for like about 10-ish minutes to feed my dogs. Came back, and I think that you guys were just finishing up. I don't know.
no, I was still.
We were talking about it. For
We
a
were
while
looking at
before.
our analytics, but
That's hilarious.
it's yeah. He gets a call basically every episode, and like you can't tell on the episodes, but like he'll just like say like he'll mute himself so we can't hear him, but I hear it when I'm going back through the recordings.
Does he? Oh,
he does
really?
almost every episode. And then
That's
he's
so
like,
funny.
"Yeah, hey Connor, just cut this part out." And then I don't listen to his phone call, so I don't actually know who he's talking to.
I was gonna
but-
ask who. I obviously like don't say who, but I would
No,
be
I
like,
just
is it? I wanna,
no,
I
I
wanna
don't
like
listen
the.
to it. but like I just
Cool.
cut out that section because like I can see on the
Right.
I can see like
could
the
just ask
audio
them
waves.
to.
I can just snip it out. So like
That's
it's
true,
not
yeah.
that big a deal. But I don't. I swear I don't eavesdrop on his conversations. But yeah, he gets a call.
You
Almost,
totally do.
almost every episode. No, I don't. I promise. I don't. I don't listen.
So I
to
heard
him.
that your taxes are due. Don't ask me how I know this.
It's Could I just
You get a phone
your,
call when your taxes are due.
Could I get your little social security number there?
So, are you sure that you're? Oh, hi, Ellie. Hello.
Hi, Ellie.
She's.
Ellie's raised
Yeah, I
dog.
just see like, I see her shadow creep up next to me. Speaking
Okay.
of winter, yeah, it's
I'm-
cold and Ellie.
I'm
is
back
covered in
as fuck.
snow.
Do not put any of what I just said because I realized I kept the recording on while I was talking about taxes.
Oh, you were talking about taxes?
Were you talking about taxes? Are you actually?
Yes.
Oh my god! I fucking predicted it. That was
That's
awesome.
You really
amazing.
did call it. No,
I did. I was like,
We
we
were just
love
talking
making
about how
it
I
in
don't-
on the deadline, folks. If you didn't know, recording date of April 30th. Now you know.
It's the last
I
day of
don't.
April.
We were just talking about how I don't listen to your phone calls but you get one almost every episode.
Listen, motherfucker, okay? I'm like the only one home most days. Most of these guys need to organize shit with me or something, okay?
It's
For
okay.
some reason,
It's
4
okay.
p.m. on Tuesdays is just really popular for your phone.
What can I say? I'm a popular gal. It's cold as
You
fuck
are.
here in northern Alberta, where we are 53 degrees, 32 minutes, and 4 seconds north of the equator. So we only get 7 hours of sunlight in the dead of winter, which means it gets cold as shit. You can see on the screen, negative 35 degrees. Well, it was pretty warm this winter, but it used to be when the mall was built. Maybe not in the future ever again. About around negative 35 degrees Celsius. Some
It
days
is
in the
snowing
winter.
on April 30th today, though.
Yeah, currently it is.
It is
a
currently
snowy day.
snowing.
And it's like it's 0 degrees outside. It's not that cold.
But it's snowing in April,
It's 3 degrees right now.
which is
I had
not
to
like
wrap up
unheard of.
plants and stuff.
But
Oh, excuse me.
God forbid
yeah.
it be a little bit cold. Just be happy there's water on the ground now, so
I
maybe the
have to
world
work.
won't burn
I don't
down
want
this
it.
summer.
I'm hoping. Hopefully it'll do something.
yeah,
It
Maybe as
won't.
dry as balls here. Yeah, probably not.
probably not. Yeah.
Best province in the country. Woo.
So yeah, the climate's fucked here. Next slide, please. Basically, you can't build the shop outside, so we got to build it inside. The guy in the front center is Jacob Germesian. He is an Iranian man who I think unironically got rich selling carpets, potentially in Montreal, with a shop whose name, I'm going to give you some guesses here. This man, Jacob Germesian, front and center, what did he name his shop in Montreal?
Montreal carpet.
No,
Is it a French name?
it's not French.
Is it a name in?
In the 1950s, Montreal was not French. I won't get into that in this episode.
West Edmonton carpets.
No, it was Germesian Bros.
Oh,
I find
That
it very
makes-
entertaining that it's
Oh
just
my
named
God, yeah.
Germesian Bros. I don't know the name of who I'm presuming is his wife to his left, but the other 4 men in this photo are Iskander, Nader, Raphael, and Bauman. And these 4
Ninja
men...
Turtle?
Sorry?
The Ninja Turtle?
No.
What do you mean?
Raphael.
Yeah.
Look at him right there.
I don't have another reference. Yeah, Raphael, the
Who's the artist,
Renaissance
too?
painter.
Yeah, there you go.
They're the same guy, actually.
They aren't the same
The
guy.
painter and the turtle. They're the same guy.
They are
Gay
not.
turtle. Painting gay turtle.
Is he gay in that
Is he gay?
animation? I never watched it.
Wait, which?
No,
I mean, there's like 100.
I assume
different
all
versions.
Should
Renaissance
be.
painters are queer in some way.
Oh, fair
As
enough.
Michelangelo was.
This is a good default assumption, actually. This is one safe assumption you can make in the world. Listen, so this family is extremely media shy, but it is the family behind the, excuse me, they're behind the construction of the mall, right? Jacob, after making some money in Montreal, moved out to Alberta and bought up like farmland around cities in the hope of making an investment. Didn't really turn out, but they got really fucking lucky when Edmonton and Calgary and all these cities started constructing green belts, which, if you don't know what a green belt is, it's basically an area of green, really underdeveloped land around a city, right? Makes sense. You want green space. So they got really rich by basically having this land at a really convenient time, and they wanted to invest that money in a big way, which ended up becoming a mall, West Edmonton Mall, the first of their mall endeavors. It was going to be the biggest mall. What? What's the name of the show?
It's the name of the episode.
West Edmonton Mall. It sure is.
Hey, we have a mall that's the name too. Actually, in Edmonton here.
You ever been there? It's pretty cool.
It's kind of wild. It was better in Phase 4, but that's fine. Or whatever phase was.
So they form a sort of a group of companies. It's known as 555, and there's the company that manages the mall and runs it. So we already mentioned right? West Edmonton Mall is the biggest mall in North America. The second biggest mall is Mall of America. They also own that. Well as the third biggest mall in America, America Dream in New Jersey.
Oh, to specialize in big malls.
Mall monopoly.
In big...
Malopony,
in
if you will.
big combined commercial and...
Thank you.
Oh, what's the word? What's the word for theme park attractions? I don't know. Combined commercial tourist destinations. A really good idea, because you could make it seem like... where was it here? The West Edmonton Mall draws 30 million people every year, 9 times the province of Alberta. Well, if you just count, I probably go to the mall not more than 9 times in a year. Oh yeah, right, I came up with the joke in my notes. 30 million people a year is actually a statistical error. Connor, who visits 29 million times every year for the Lego store, is a statistical outlier and should not have been counted.
Ray is almost always who I go with, but we only go like 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you can count people who normally go there for genuine shopping as going to the tourist destination, and people going as tourists as vice versa, right? It's since it's one big, they're doing some doohickery with, like, they want to say, oh yeah, this gets more people than Disneyland every year. Well, of course it does, because it's a mall, and the reason and vice versa. Free. I don't know. It's also free as fuck.
You don't have to, yeah.
Yeah, Galaxy. When's the last time any of you went on a ride at Galaxyland?
Like
I wish
2017, maybe.
Oh, really? That recent?
Maybe
that recent, motherfucker. That was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, that wasn't recent.
Hey, honestly, I think the last time I went was like maybe I was 8 or 10
2016
or,
or 2017 or somewhere in that range.
I hadn't gone recently.
My dad took me and my siblings.
We walked through it. Oh, I see.
We walked
either
through
way.
All 3 of us were there like not that long ago
like
together.
2 months ago.
Walking through it. Yeah. You can
I walk through
Galaxyland
all the time.
You just can't ride anything.
Just
which I thought was like
through,
illegal.
look at everything, and be like, "Oh yeah, it's cool in here."
I look at the little GI Joe dioramas that are there now.
And you
yes,
complain
you
about
do.
I don't complain. I just flex
remember.
that I know some of the characters.
And he complains so much.
Outback, Baroness,
That's kinda...
Destro.
Next slide, please.
Snake Eyes. I don't remember who else is in those.
Didn't you complain that there's no Transformer stuff?
There is no Transformers. We'll get to this. We'll get to
this
later.
They'll do it.
Cool.
Don't worry. So yeah, they build a mall, and it's indoors because it's cold as shit up here in the winter, as mentioned. So now you have a very large retail space that is situated directly in the middle of, like, the population center of Edmonton skews to the west because all of the industrial capacity is on the east side of the city due to the prevailing winds. So you keep this retail center on the west end of the city, right in the middle of all the residential area, and bingo bang bongo, you got big money bucks, big cash stuff.
That makes a lot of sense.
Featured on this slide are its 2 appearances in comic books that I found out about. On the right being Marvel Comics Alpha Flight issue 26 from June of 1985.
Oh.
And on the left being a Betty and Veronica, whose issue number I could not find, with a note here in my notes saying "Women be shopping."
That's true. Based Alpha Flight,
They do be shopping.
the Canadian Avengers.
Teehee, I hope I don't overheat my credit card. It really is the Canadian Avengers.
They are.
Is that actually?
It's really fun
basically
reading
what they
the
are.
like the Marvel fandom wiki page. It's a list of names of heroes and villains that you have never heard
Most
of
of
in
them
your
you've
life.
never. I think Wolverine's
But are
been
probably
on it
actually-
sometimes, but
I
Oh,
hope
yeah,
so.
of course.
Wolverine's like the only,
Puck.
other than like Deadpool. I think Deadpool's
that's the
also
only one I
Canadian,
can
too.
name. Is Puck.
Puck.
That Puck is one of the ones
I've-
on Alpha Flight. Yes.
I've never read an Alpha Flight comic. They're like a lower tier superhero team than even the West Coast Avengers.
What?
They made that.
Yeah, West Coast. Mr.
there
Amor,
an East Coast
Big
at
Bertha.
least?
Those are,
We're
those are
gonna-
the only two members. Like the flat guy that I don't remember his name.
We got
Maybe
another
Pancake Man.
episode. We got another episode for you there, Connor. Just
Alpha
file that
Flight?
one away. Yeah, just do an Alpha. We'll
Or
do
just
an Alpha Flight episode.
discount Marvel superhero teams. I'm not familiar very much with either of those
Yeah,
teams.
it'd be funny. So
I'll
it's
make fun
fine.
of them because they're called the West Coast Avengers. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about them.
So
like
yeah, it's
a-
the mall.
You
Oh,
know, like
you were
when the
saying something,
franchises
Ray?
have like the town name or something like that above the like whatever franchise it is. Like shit. I wish I came up with an example while I was
Say,
explaining what I was trying
name
to.
one example.
I'm trying to think. Like, what's a? Oh man, maybe like Hong Kong Disneyland. I don't know if they actually have like the words Hong Kong like over the Disneyland logo when you go in there.
I got one
Yeah,
for
Paris.
you.
Disney.
West
Something like
Edmonton
that.
Mall.
West
Uh-huh.
Edmonton Mall. Yeah, it's a mall in West Edmonton.
I'm talking. No, I mean like a franchise, like a either a store or a food place or
Do
something.
you think they'd franchise the West Edmonton Mall? West Edmonton Mall, Calgary. That'd be funny.
That's not-
That'd be
that's
so
Calgary.
funny.
That'd be
That's not what
deranged.
it's
That'd be the
called.
biggest own that Calgary could ever take. Is West
That's
Edmonton
true.
Mall brackets Calgary.
The Calgary Mall and the mall near the YEG airport in south of Edmonton are owned by the same people because they both look exactly the same. And the one that mall, the airport mall, fucking sucks. It is dumb.
Doesn't have a roller
Don't know.
coster. Cringe as fuck.
Doesn't have a
Cringe.
roller coaster. It does have a
Cringe.
train now, apparently.
Oh,
We also have a
Yeah.
train though.
oh.
We also have the train. Me and Connor have a very wonderful picture of a guy.
Oh
on the
yeah, we
train
do.
giving us the thumbs up. Which I mean, yeah, that was when we were in Desiree's, which I think you said you're talking about.
We'll
later
talk about
as well.
Desiree's later.
Desiree, thank you.
Sears? All right.
I don't know why I called it Desiree.
Remember
sorry
when?
about that.
Remember when I said this would be local references, everyone? Buckle up. Just more of this.
Any Edmonton listeners out there, I hope this really itches your
Yeah.
brain.
Oh, I'm not complaining. Like this.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this you can see all of the important landmarks in the mall from this vantage point. Connor, I bet you could
Roblox
point
T-shape.
out exactly where the Lego store is from this.
It's basically right under the pyramid, but a little bit farther back.
Yep.
And a little bit to the right.
The
I
movie
think, right?
theater is under the pyramid, and
I'm
then
kind of
as you go-
hoping you would John Madden the fuck out of
Oh
this.
yeah, I forgot I can do that. The one time I forget, we'll use the pen. The Lego store is about here. Galaxyland is over
Like,
here.
That's that big like fucked up portion.
that's
the,
it.
The big chunky bit. That's Mindbender.
The water park.
That's
Is
the
it
big
actually?
This
glass
one, isn't
right
it?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that
the
one.
water
right
park.
behind Fantasyland there.
This is the hotel.
What is the pyramid?
That's Fantasyland. That's the pyramid. Isn't that where the dragon is? We'll get to
No,
the dragon.
we'll get to the dragon.
No,
right
the
now.
dragon is in between
It was lower.
the pyramid and the yeah. It's
I
like
don't think there's
in that
anything
entryway
actually
area.
in the pyramid. I might be wrong on that.
It's just concrete.
Maybe.
Millions of pounds of concrete.
This is Simon's. I mean, you can read
This is
Simon's.
Simon's.
There it
This
is,
is where
Simon's.
the French have invaded.
I don't remember what's here.
That's Europa
TNT.
Boulevard.
Oh, yeah,
it
you're
used to be Bath
right.
and Body Works or Bed Bath and
TNT
Beyond.
is further down. That is
The
Europa
TNT's
Boulevard
about
right there.
here.
And then
That's the-
Sport
well,
Check
that's the
should be in
Sport
between
Check.
them.
Yeah,
You
but
can
it's
see
right
the
next
Sport
to it.
Check logo
It's
right
like
that.
Yeah.
it
The
gets.
it should be right past
guess
Sport
it's
Check.
more
The
here,
casino's
then.
right next to it as well. There's the casino between
No,
Galaxyland
TNT
and
is-
TNT, I think.
How do I
Again,
erase
TNT
these?
Don't worry about it.
It's
TNT is
somewhere in
beyond Sport
here.
Check.
We have the map, baby.
Just circling the whole mall. It's somewhere over here.
It's over here. This right here is the West Edmonton Mall.
Oh yeah, I was born in this image. Can anyone relate to this?
Oh,
I was also
can
born
too.
in this image.
I also was born in this image,
Over here.
guys.
The
What a
recording is
flex.
back there.
Yeah, there it is. Wow, were we all fucking born in the Misericordia?
I didn't know
That's
that.
insane.
It's-
That's insane.
that
That's
is
wild.
insane.
Very cool.
All within the same year.
So they
We
didn't
all
build. They
But
didn't
this is
build this whole
comprehensive.
thing at the same time. Yeah, no, don't worry. It doesn't need to be comprehensive. They didn't build all this at once. Next slide, please. It was
I
built
gotta
in
change the marker.
phases. Oh. You just click on the arrow there if you want. Oh, that works. Built in phases.
Oh.
You can see this professionally drawn on all the phases that occurred.
Did you do this in MS
thanks.
Paint?
Yes.
Did you actually?
A thank you to Best Edmonton Mall, where I got all my research from. Great YouTube channel. Also, apparently a YouTube site, or not a YouTube site. We already knew it was a YouTube channel. An actual website
Yeah, they
that
have
they've
their
put
own.
together with
I stole
information
some.
about
I stole
the
some
mall.
images from them.
I
Yeah,
think I
Best
did
Em-
too, actually.
Best Edmonton Mall is great.
They also
Really
have a
good,
TikTok and an Instagram. Big shout out.
So you can see it's all split up. Where I've put the lines is approximately where each section begins and ends. Probably not entirely accurate. Things have changed over time. Phase 1 was definitely where that line is. Right where that big fat eye is. This opened on September 15th, 1981. That big fat eye is situated on the longest and oldest running store in the mall, the Hudson's Bay. It has been there since the mall opened and is still there today, and it's the only one, as far as I can tell.
Wait, like it's the only Hudson's Bay?
Well, it's the Hudson's Bay store at the mall is the store that has been there since opening day.
Oh, that's
the
what you
only
mean.
one.
Okay, that's not what I thought you meant. Makes
Now,
sense.
I think the section in the north, like the large section in the north where the Toyota is
Is there?
now, was in Eaton's.
Yes.
And the,
I had a picture
the one in
of
the
it later.
south was the Sears.
The Zellers.
I
too,
remember the
wasn't it?
Sears. The Sears, then the Zellers, then the Target, then the Winners and Bath and
We will talk about some of those
I
later.
think it's winners
yeah.
now.
The phase one curse is so wild, dude. It's insane. Phase 1 is a cursed place. The fact that they put because they put that Toyota dealership in there, there's maybe enough traffic to break it.
The
But I still
whale
think
is
it's
over
real.
here now, I think.
Yes. The
it's on
whale
that
is
side.
there on the lower floor.
And
I know
Game
where the
City's
whale
up
is.
here. Game
My
City's pretty
friend,
good.
my friend works
Sunsize
Game,
Records
on that
is
Game,
up
side,
Game
here.
too.
City's before the intersection, so it's a little bit
Game City over here?
north of your around there.
River City Games is right across. No, Game City's
That-
back here.
No,
It's on this. No, it's like.
Maybe you're right.
Well, no, it is close
it's
to the
somewhere
turn.
over
It's-
here. Game City's here.
yeah.
River City is
well,
across.
no, that's
That's
the
where-
that's the side with the rec room. Isn't Game City the other
No,
way?
that's the
Oh.
side with Jubilations.
No,
Because
he's
Jubilations
right.
is the
No,
yeah,
he's
you said
right.
Game City's by the Toyota. It's
Game
up
City.
north.
He's right. Game City is across the way from the bowling alley, the rec room, whatever it is.
No, it isn't.
It's
It is.
At the
It's on the
No,
other
Bowling
side.
I
alley
meant
is near
like
the-
north of the main corridor.
Like up
by
here?
the
clearly done our
Toyota.
research.
Yeah, we've
It's-
definitely. Let's. It's not important.
Give
So
me
we
the
do,
fucking.
like
give me that
we said,
laser
we
pointer. Give it here.
I can't.
Ethan, can you just drive over to Connor's place and take it from him?
Yeah, give me like 10 minutes. No. All right. And that mall strip is how the mall opened. It opened like this, right? You got your Eaton's, got your Sears, got your Hudson's Bay. It's just another mall. No big attractions until we get to phase 2, opening in 1983. Now we got attractions. We got our Ice Palace right there, big in the center where you can see the big blue blob. And in the big section where our 2 is labeled was Fantasyland. Not
Huzzah.
Galaxyland. It opens as Fantasyland before Disney said, fuck you. I own the word fantasy, bitch.
To be
You
fair,
can't have shit.
They did have that copywritten in like the 50s.
Yeah, that
They
makes
did.
sense.
So then it was Galaxyland.
Disney sucks, but I mean they do
Disney
have a
does
point
suck.
there.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think Galaxyland is better than Fantasyland, anyways.
It also
It's kind
added. It also adds the food court. There wasn't a food court before this. I
The
didn't
food court
realize.
is here. I also didn't know that.
I remember like my brother had his birthdays often at Galaxyland, and I remember a very fond memory before, because we would always get there super early. Like we start at like, I don't know, like 9 or 8 or something like that, probably like 9 a.m. or whatever. And we'd go to McDonald's, and I always get the pancakes and just sit there eating pancakes with my mom while my brother has fun with his friends. And that was like a thing for probably like 10
yeah.
years maybe.
I asked my
The
mom
McDix
for
is right
ideas
there,
for
huh?
this episode. She was also talking about the McDonald's. She would take me there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
McDonald's
remember
by that. I'll tell you what. Since the phase 1 curse seems to have like at least moved, that hallway north from the Ice Palace is now probably the lowest traffic area.
Rest in peace, Comics Hobby. We'll talk about it later.
Which is kind of nice. I get my piercings done on that area, and it's very nice where there's not a lot of people there.
The Games Workshop is
having-
over there, and it sings its siren song to me.
We gotta.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm terrified of Warhammer.
The glow-in-the-dark mini golf is over there too.
A dragon.
That's true.
Yeah, dragons.
I will say, opening this in 1930, the Ice Palace was where the Oilers practice, and in the 1980s, that's the Stanley Cup Oilers. That's like Gretzky and Messier and shit, just kind of out there sitting in the Ice Palace, and while you're doing your shopping, you can go see a Stanley Cup winning NHL team doing practice.
They would practice in the mall?
Yeah.
They practiced at the ice rink.
I didn't know that.
At the Ice Palace. Yeah, they did that.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore, but
Sick
yeah.
as fuck. That's why that statue of like, I think there's literally a statue
There's a
of
statue?
an Oiler with a Stanley Cup there, or at least there was. Or I'm thinking of like the figure skaters, aren't I?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember there being a statue there.
I think I know what
whatever.
statue you're talking about, or I'm imagining
Is
that.
it-
But
Is it in the mall?
Yeah. What?
Oh. No, I've never seen
There's
it. I don't
a
know.
statue by the Ice Palace.
Maybe
I know
I'm
for sure.
thinking of
There's,
like
a
the
bronze
oil
statue.
workers.
How have I
The
never
oil
seen
workers.
this?
The oil workers is in this expansion. It wasn't installed at the time, I don't think, but
don't
it's
know.
right by the food court.
God, I love an episode full of local
Shoulda-
references.
Should have added slides on all the different art pieces, like the whale and the oil workers and the like
we
the
don't-
weird hedges that they dress up by the
Yeah,
other
we
food
don't
court.
have a slide about that.
Mhm.
We'll
What, the
talk about
Oilers?
it anyway.
Maybe we'll add it in
What?
when we take a break.
Put it in That's actually a good idea.
no!
Quick, more research.
Ah!
Gonna make this
That's
episode 5 hours long. I'll finish up this slide. 1985, Phase 3 is added. It's the one where the big 3 is. All that landmark. We'll get to why Phase 4 is a weird small box. We add the water park. We add Deep Sea Adventures. We add Europa Boulevard. We add the mini golf. We add Bourbon Street and the Chinatown with the TNT. It's the largest expansion. It firmly sets the mall's status as largest mall in the world at the time.
The Santa
And
Maria is
this
over
footprint. Yes, it is. And it. What was I gonna say?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm lost.
This is the footprint that the mall has to this day. It's like the
here. It's not
indoor
a footprint, it's a mall.
There's no
Doesn't
feet on
have
this
feet.
building.
And then once the Fantasyland Hotel opens in '86, you've got pretty much everything.
Over here.
Phase 4.
It's still called Fantasyland Hotel, right?
It is.
It is still called the
I
So
Fantasyland.
why
don't know
isn't
why.
that one copyrighted?
I think
Don't-
Oh, because it
there
has
is no-
Disney theme,
Don't
right?
let the rat know. Oh yeah, wait.
No, there's Disney themed stuff. There's like a Cinderella room.
Is
and
there?
there's like maybe Disney bought it. Yeah, yeah.
I've never actually
look on
been in
the
that
webs-
hotel.
I had a cousin that stayed there. She and her kids and all that.
Oh,
Oh,
I
well.
think that it's a they have a Cinderella room. I'm pretty sure at least.
there's a space room. That's all I know. I want to go in there.
So in
Well, we can add this to the-
1999. No, yes, keep adding everything.
I'm
everything.
sorry.
Throw
I was
it in,
gonna,
get
I was
it
gonna
in
say we
there.
can add
Yeah.
this later in our cap.
In
Ray.
1999.
You can add it in while
Would-
we're still going, Ray.
No,
Just added it.
no, I'm not touching it. Are you kidding me? No. I'm just gonna delete this photo while Ethan's doing their presentation on
Look,
it.
I'll finish up this slide and then we can do whatever we want. To edit this in the middle of recording is hilarious. Objectively,
this-
and it should be done.
This is the
in-
first time, and it will happen
In Phase
the future.
4, there was a store called Woodward's. It was like Zellers. It was a franchise
She
subdivision
Woodward on my
weird
Zellers
thing
till I
of
franchise.
shut up of Hudson's Bay Company. It went bankrupt in 1999, and the whole area that was it may have even like included where the stage and where the Lego store is now. I don't know the extent of it.
The
but
Lego
that
store is
area,
this box.
Yes, Connor, this is where the Lego store is. I
I
don't
love
know
the
if you
Lego
want
store.
to. I can take a screenshot of my notes where the bullet pointed note saying, "Yes, Connor, this is where the Lego
Does
store
it actually
is
say
written
that?
down."
Oh wow, that's awesome.
But they remodeled it. They put in the HMV. They put in the chapters. They put in the movie theater in 1999. The Players Silver City Movie Theater, as it was called apparently. And that was Phase 4. And then they also renovated a whole bunch of shit in like 2010, and that's what made everything modern. But I imagine we'll get to that. And here is where we should probably, that's all I got for this slide. We should probably put a cut in, I think. going. All right, and next slide.
No
Yeah, we didn't do
alterations.
anything.
Made. Nothing changed.
No,
With-
no
and
changes.
with no edits, here we are on the statue slide we were all talking about. I don't know. Yeah, there's cool statues. There's a lot of little landmark statues sitting around the movie. I don't even have anything to say. It's just the whale is cool.
The
whale
whale's cool.
Like the
This is
whale,
another picture.
it revolves around my childhood. Yeah, it's not exact. It's not there at all.
It
Is
used
it
to.
anymore?
It's still in this spot, but there's no blue around it. It used to be in like
It's
actual
in the same
water,
spot.
but I think so.
I thought it had
Why did
been.
they
I
disappear?
was almost certain it had been moved
It's
to
been
where it
moved
is
around.
today.
Is this? Maybe you're right. It doesn't. It's not sitting in this anymore though.
Yeah.
This guy's in one
Oh.
of the food courts. He's great.
He's in the
He's
one
in
that's
the
near
old one.
Yeah, he's in the one with the near the
Near
Galaxy
Galaxyland. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the big
He's
ship,
still there.
the Santa Maria.
A one-to-one model replica of Christopher Columbus's ship.
For
Yeah.
some
What
reason.
could
Is
be
that-
one of the more gaudy things in the whole.
I don't
mall,
know why
just
it's there.
Deranged.
I don't either. I mean, it's cool, but it's a little weird. I didn't realize that was a Christopher Columbus ship.
Yeah.
A ship that made it did not make it back from that voyage.
And that
We got Caesar.
was
He's
a
over by
sign
the
that
bingo.
they should
That's
have.
Caesar by Caesar's Bingo.
Yep, and then Big Yoda.
Some big Yoda.
He's in the movie
and-
theater. There's a Batman
and
there
some-
too.
Yeah,
There's some
that's what I
auto
said. There's
workers.
there's like a flying. There's like a bike with wings or something.
There used to be a dragon. We'll get to that.
Oh,
But yeah,
we will get to the dragon,
statues. I'm glad we got this slide in. That
Yep.
was very important.
No edits. This
Mm-hmm.
was important.
Solid 1 minute and 40 seconds talking about it.
Sort of hijack your
yeah.
episode, Ethan.
Hey, that's fine. That's
no,
cool.
no, it's good. It's good statue talk. There's lots of
It
good
is.
statues. Let's go.
But
Alright,
I just
there's
realized
those-
Caesar isn't wearing any shoes.
He's got his
got-
dogs
He's got-
out.
he's
got his
I'm gonna
dogs
lick
out,
him.
man. He's got
I'm
his
gonna
little
lick his-
grippers.
I'm gonna lick his toes.
Them
I'm gonna
dogs are
suck
barking.
his toes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We need to get a photo of Ethan licking his toes out. Wait, because
Ray?
Yeah.
Thumbnail.
I don't
Thoughts?
I should have that in my brain as something I've drawn before.
Hey,
good
it'll be great.
experience.
It'll be a fantastic addition to the portfolio. It's like, look how well I can draw this guy sucking on
Yeah,
his statue's
I-
toes.
I want you guys to know that some of the thumbnails that I've done for this series is in my art portfolio currently that I will use for applications for things. So
Which
thank you
ones?
for
Good.
mostly the ones that like demonstrated. You don't need to know. You'll figure it out.
No, I need to know.
That's classified.
It's classified. It's not that actually. It's okay.
Next slide, please.
I had to check.
Oh, nice transition.
Oh yeah. Oh,
it's
it's
race
my
time.
turn.
I thought you had
It's
more
my
slides,
turn.
Ethan.
Wow. Yeah, I did too. All right, cool. Well, I decided to, with a also kind of a sort of request, not really request, but more of a what's it called? Like, suggestion, recommendation by
We
by you
figured
guys.
it
I
out
think.
Kind
figured
of
it out.
together.
Yeah, I was like, I don't. The only thing I really know about the mall is like the things that I've experienced or at least heard from, and then you guys gave me a bunch of ideas talking about the weird shit in the mall, and yeah, so I decided to go in the lore because I
Edmonton
feel like
is a city, and as a consequence, it has people who do weird fucking
It's-
shit sometimes.
it's weird, unfortunately. And
Right? Hello?
Recording her, I suppose.
hold on, I cut out.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I
We're
cut
good.
out. Give me. Oh, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Whenever I move my mic, like sometimes like a millimeter to the side, it'll just cut everything out. My bad.
All
Okay.
good.
Unfortunately and fortunately, Edmonton is a city that we live in, and it does have a lot of interesting stuff in there. And yeah, I thought having the little lore area would be fun. I have to remember. Press once for me, Connor. Did I put something on here?
I don't think you did.
I did not. Perfect. So, thankfully you covered the phase stuff because I was like, I don't understand this. But yeah, this mall is huge, man. This is a big ass mall. For some reason, a lot of like TripAdvisor places. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Recommends West Edmonton Mall as like one of the highest things that you should go do while you're there. And
It is.
There's not
As
much
I
else
was-
to do
it
here.
is.
Yeah.
It's
it's the only
a
thing
pretty
that you
good
can really
option
do.
to do. It's
There
the
really
one
isn't much
theme,
else you could do.
It's the one amusement park that the city really has.
Yeah.
Where, like, if we say it's like an indoor roller coaster, I mean, where else is there a roller coaster in the city or even close to it, except for Kind of.
Fort Edmonton?
Oh God, how
Oh
cursed
no,
is,
there's no roller
how
coasters.
cursed
No
is
roller
Devon
coaster.
Days to like mention
Oh.
on the podcast.
Oh
De-
my goodness. The things I've seen at Devon Days.
Oh, what a
I love
local
that
reference.
Yeah.
Um,
All
The
drug
horrors.
deals.
That,
I saw my
doesn't
first
even
drug
really,
deal there at Devon
Oh.
Days.
That's awesome.
That doesn't
Yeah, I was,
even
like,
really
sweet.
have roller coasters.
14? No, it just has the
For
It's like the
context,
little, like-
listeners,
But it's
the
the
blasting
only.
Blaze
up
is a
and
local
down
fair.
thingy. Has a haunted little trade ride you could go through. I do it every year. I love that
It's
thing.
so much fun.
I have not been to Devon Days in a
It's
long
the
time.
only permanent amusement park, really.
I guess so. Yeah. At least there is one in near Calgary, isn't there?
Callaway
There's-
Park, baby. Fuck
I've
yeah,
never-
love
yes.
that place.
I've also
I've
never been.
Me neither. Well, summer trip, I guess. 2-day trip. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So something, as I was looking through various reviews and travel guide thingies, whatever, there was a quote. It says, a ride in a hair-raising roller coaster, a daily sea lion show, and a giant swimming pool full of exciting slides. The West Edmonton Mall has everything and more. This enormous mall has given a whole new meaning to the term entertainment. Oh, and of course, there's plenty of shopping. This is from KLM Travel Guide Royal Dutch Airlines. So,
Oh yeah.
this really does, it
KL
reaches every corner of the world.
You'd be
so-
surprised how many KLM planes land in Edmonton. I don't know what it is about Edmonton, but it seems to be a major connecting hub for them for North America.
What's KLM?
Probably
Is
because
there-
of the probably because of the polar route, but yeah,
was gonna say,
KLM planes show up at the Edmonton airport every once in a while.
What's KLM?
It's Dutch Airlines. It's the reason you can get a direct flight to Amsterdam from Edmonton.
You
That
can?
makes sense.
Yes.
Amsterdam's a nice place, I hear.
I've never been
From the
there.
few people who've been to Amsterdam.
I
It's a
hate the
place in-
Dutch. Continue.
What? That's fair. Yeah, so I didn't realize, which I think was mentioned in that Betty and Veronica comic slide, that there is 800 plus stores in this mall. And apparently, it takes about 3 days to be able to shop in every store in this mall. And it kind of feels like, as we have, people like us who have been here for our whole lives, we can go through this mall pretty easily within like an hour or
It's
something like that. But
because
that's because
we have
we've been
been-
everywhere.
We've been spoiled. This
We've
is
been
just a normal sized mall. What's so
Yeah.
special about
Yeah,
it?
they're
It's just
all
a
this
mall.
big.
I think it was when we all were together last time when all of us said this mall isn't that big, and we're like, well, that's because we freaking live here. It doesn't feel that big in retrospect.
We
but
have it
it's big.
optimized for which stores we go to. And by-
Exactly.
Right, we can rotate the entire mall in our heads.
And by that, I mean,
Mhm.
you two mostly just let me run around the toy stores for a little bit, and then we move on.
Yeah,
Well,
you've got
okay.
the perfect route plan
I
between
got-
all of them.
Exactly. I got my chess set from one of the toy stores in this mall. I love those toy stores. They're fun.
Oh,
I
I
think
love-
I got it with you guys, too.
Did you get a
If I
chess
remember
set?
correctly. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't
Yeah, wasn't that
remember.
one that was near the Bubba Gump store, the restaurant?
Oh,
that one?
yeah. I don't remember what
Yeah,
that
yeah.
store's
And then we went to
called.
go get booster juice after, and then we sat in the bookstore for like an hour because we were so tired.
Yeah,
That was the one.
that was a good day.
Yeah, it was a very good day. That was a lot of fun.
Great day.
Yeah, considering that we've pretty much grew up with all this and we've been to maybe every store. I'm sure there's lots of stores we haven't been to because it doesn't interest us. But
Don't even get me
uh,
started. West Edmonton Mall vlog.
oh my god, that's gonna be the
That's-
first vlog trip. Is just the West End Mall thing. That's if you go to a mall like this for the first time and you just had to go to every store and at least browse for like between 5 to 20 minutes maybe. That's gonna be, I don't know, maybe a full more than 3 days for all
That's
the
a
stores.
deranged thing to do, to want to
It-
shop
it
in every
is.
store in the mall.
It is. It also like includes 12. At least it said whatever website I was on. I think it was like the West Edmonton Mall. Actually, the West Edmonton Mall info website. It had 12 world-class attractions. I want to see. I don't
What?
know exactly which ones they are, but I know at least 2.
I want to count that. Okay, so
Yeah.
amusement park,
Uh-huh.
swimming pool.
Water
There's-
park in general.
Yeah, water park.
So
is
the
what I'm
wave
saying.
pool is considered, I think, maybe one because that's also a big thing. So like the wave pool and then the water park is separate things, maybe.
Somewhere
shouldn't
on
be.
there. They
The
might.
dragon?
They honestly might.
Dragon's not there.
Like
The
the
theater
theater
probably
Do you
does
think they
count.
count the mini golf?
the-
Do you think they count the mini golf?
I
I
think they would count
wouldn't.
both mini golfs.
Really?
I
Wait,
think
what's the
they
other
would.
one?
Look, we're scrounging enough to get a couple. There's the glow in the
got
dark
sea
one and
lions.
Professor Wham. Sea
The
lions.
sea lions.
I'll bet
Yeah.
I'll bet the sea lions and like the aquarium.
The aquarium.
count differently.
I think that European Alley is considered one
Europa
too.
Boulevard.
It
I've
should.
already
Thank you.
lost count.
That's like maybe 5. I also kind of lost count.
Does the boat
I don't
count?
know.
I would consider
Does the
it is.
arcades and the bowling alley?
Would it
Does
be?
does I don't know, the Hudson Bay
Is that
Company
world
count?
class?
I don't know, man.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I it seems extensive.
Does the Lego
I,
store count?
That
Does the
some
coin and
interesting-
stamp count?
the interesting thing I saw the other day was like
Simon.
the Guinness World Record for world's largest indoor like lake. Technically, the record's held by specifically the wave pool
It is?
because that's more water than this like deep sea adventure thing here.
It is?
Yeah,
Huh. I'm not gonna
think.
lie. I've never actually been into the water park.
they're
What?
about
Have you
like
never
this.
been to the water park?
Nope.
The deep this again. Civ
I
rights
don't.
can't swim.
I can swim. I just don't enjoy it.
Can you? It's
You
because
can't swim.
I
it's just all
can-
noodles.
You're
It's like putting noodles
Schrodinger's-
in a pot of boiling water.
It's Schrodinger's Civ right. It,
Ethan,
it
you've
both
seen
swims
me
and
s-
cannot until you throw it into a lake.
You've seen me swim. We've been to a pool when we went
Have
to
we?
camp. Not you, not with you, Red.
Oh.
But
That image was removed from my
So
mind.
I
It's
have
a
to-
government
we've
so,
been
so
to a
Ethan,
pool.
can you confirm that Connor has legs?
I do
He has
not.
legs.
I do not have legs. That is not true.
Damn it.
You've
Well.
seen Darth Maul? That's what I have. Just robot
Oh.
legs.
Spider shit.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, it's the spider ones.
Speaking of spider shit, we'll get to that later.
Spider shit.
Spider shit.
Does whatever. Spider.
So yeah.
This is a
Plus
really
those 12
coherent podcast.
Uh-huh. Apparently there's 2 hotels in here too. I thought there was just one.
There's 2
Apparently not.
hotels.
Yeah.
Where's the
says
second
12
one?
World class. I don't know. I didn't look. I'm just taking what the ball's telling me, man.
Does
Take
the
what
West Edmonton Inn across the street? Is that what
Yes.
they're counting?
Oh,
probably-
I
I
forgot
don't know.
about that. That probably is what they're counting.
Yeah. I've never been in there. It's right next to the bus depot, so
It's right now. Yeah, I go by it on the way to school.
The
Yeah, me too.
temporary bus depot.
Oh right.
Don't
'cause
worry,
the other one
guys.
was
This
near the-
mall's been
yeah.
open for almost 40, definitely 40 years. We're gonna get a train transit connection soon.
Yeah, when in 15
Yay.
years when they maybe start to finish it.
I know. It's funny
Shut-
because
they
like
got a lot. They got the foundations up.
Yeah, I
Link
know.
track and signal testing is important.
that's fair. It's a horrible place to do it because of course it is one of the busiest places in the city. But I mean,
Oh,
how
much
else-
about
the
it.
How
the
else do you
reason
do
it's
that?
busy makes it a good train stop. How about you
But
quit
it
your
slightly
freaking whining?
inconveniences me
I have
now.
to drive through it.
You goober.
Yes.
It's mildly annoying when I try to drive to the mall.
Well, anyways, 2 hotels. There's apparently over 100 dining venues, which I assume includes kiosks, cafeteria places, Bourbon Street,
That
maybe
includes
stores that
the-
also
That's
serve
everything from
food.
the Booster Juice to the Old Spaghetti Factory. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Most mid
cool.
restaurant in there.
What, Spaghetti Factory? Are
Yep.
you kidding me? That place
Mid.
is freaking awesome.
Love Old Spaghetti
Mid.
Factory.
I love that place.
Mid.
I am
'cause you don't
going
like-
to strangle this
Mid.
man.
Don't like
Take
it. I
over
mean, it's
the
not
radio
gross,
station.
but it's just
I mean, it's not.
it's fine. Look, I like the unlimited
Okay.
garlic.
This guy,
bread.
this
That's
guy
good.
hates free
When you-
bread. This guy hates
you-
free
I
bread.
do like that.
It's good shit. When you guys eventually go to Ontario without me, because I've been there apparently too many times, you go to the Spaghetti Factory in Toronto
I'm not-
because it is immaculate.
I'm not
It is
driving
insane,
across the
it's
country to
huge.
go to the spaghetti factory.
You're going
don't
there
have
for
to
the
drive.
ROM, aren't
I'm
you?
going. Yeah, I'll go for the ROM. That's the only
Then
thing worth
go
seeing
to
on
the
that side of
Spaghetti
the country.
Factory while you
That's
are
not
there.
true,
No, it's
but
really good.
It's not true at all, actually. But I
Yeah, you
don't.
better.
I don't want to go to spaghetti. I don't even. It's just pasta. It's just fine pasta.
No,
I
it's
love
I've eaten
pasta.
there.
I
And
like
I've eaten the one
pasta too,
here.
but
They're vastly different.
it's
They're
expensive.
Much
It's
better
like a
over there.
$50
It's not that
meal
expensive.
that you're
It's
getting
middle
for
class
somebody.
expensive.
When you're getting for 2 people, like it's.
The one in
Then
Banff
pay
makes
for
me shit
yourself,
my pants
okay?
every time. But
Oh my god, I
love it.
forgot we I forgot. We went to Spaghetti Factory when you and I went to Banff. I forgot about that.
You
I don't know
guys
if we
went to-
went all 4 of us.
You guys went to Banff without me?
We went
Oh,
camping.
this was a while ago.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
this
You,
was a few years
I didn't
ago.
know you guys went to Banff. I knew you guys went camping. I didn't know it was.
Well,
in
we
Banff.
went to Calgary and then we camped in Banff and then we went to No, it wasn't Barhead. It was Bankhead. Went to the train area that Ethan also took us this last summer. We were there when we went
Heritage Park.
camping there as well. I can't remember what
do you
else we
mean?
did then. Yeah. Oh, we went to the tea house. That's what we did. Right.
We went to the tea house.
That was really
That
cool.
tea house is great.
The
Love
tea house,
that
that
tea
was-
house.
That
I
was
hope you
awesome. It was
know-
like
Listeners.
Its location is classified. Don't go to the tea
It
house.
is.
Only I'm allowed
yeah.
to
It took like 80% of our battery in terms of social and physicalness. So we were like, okay, let's go.
I hope the listeners
It
know
was really
this
fun.
is just what our normal conversations sound like. This is
That's why.
This is what
that's
we
why it
normally
makes it
talk
a good
about.
podcast.
So I guess brief context, when me and Connor have been like homies since beginning of high school, late middle school.
Well,
And
yeah.
I met Ethan through Connor, and then all three of us are in like a big old friend group. And me and Ethan had only met like once before this time we went camping.
Was
And then we went
really?
camping. Yeah, we met like
didn't
once
know
in
that.
person. Yeah. Well, we've
Yeah.
like talked and gamed online and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of seeing each other in person and hanging out, that was the second time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The first time
And then-
being, I saw you on a bus ride once.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Oh,
that.
yeah, I remember that.
That was like years before that too. And then like when both of us talked about it a little bit here and there, everybody in the friend group, or at least a good chunk of people in the friend group, were like, "Wait, when the fuck did this happen?" We're like, "Oh, this was like a month ago or few weeks ago," and everyone was like, "What? Really? What? Like what? Really?" And it just
I found out about this like 3 months after it happened.
And I felt really bad because we went to Calgary and Ethan was so kind and was able to navigate us through all the crazy stuff, and I didn't get tickets to the museum thing that they wanted to go to.
What?
It was I
What
can't remember, it was
museum
the Anne Frank thingy. I remember Anne Frank was a
What?
part of
I
it.
don't.
In Calgary?
It's like
we went
it's
to
like a park.
the zoo, dear.
Yeah, and then we were gonna go to a park, and then we went there and it was
we
closed.
went to Heritage Park and it was closing.
Heritage
We had
Park,
already spent all day at
yes.
the fucking zoo. I don't
But-
think anyone is upset because we weren't able to go to Heritage Park.
The
It
zoo is
was
big.
really-
The zoo is.
I did say yeah.
The zoo
it was
takes
really
all
big, but-
day. I love
does,
Zoo
the zoo.
but
and Heritage
I just-
Park
it was
are
poor
two
planning on
separate
my
all-day
part, 'cause
things. You know what's really cool and not in Calgary though is the West Edmonton Mall.
Right, yeah. I forgot we were talking about that. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so the mall itself is 5.3 million square feet. I don't know if Ethan mentioned before, but yeah, it's a big old piece of poopy. I said that's like a lot of bags of soil because we measure in cubic feet for the soil and the peat moss. So, important scale. It's probably like at least
Context, Ray works at a
5
greenhouse.
billion
You
cubic
work at
feet.
big cubic feet.
Yeah.
Feet
Connor also
cube.
works at a greenhouse.
A
but
different greenhouse, though.
a different one, unfortunately.
They're
So, yeah.
rivals.
Yeah, so it's a big old place, and because it's a big place, it is busy as heck. Connor, you wanna click a button for me? It's busy, which means it sucks. But
Don't like
with being
people.
busy, it's yeah. With it being busy, it is a big old travel hub, and I was looking on TripAdvisor.com. And West Edmonton Mall is listed as number 8 of 198 things to do in Edmonton. I'm like, what are the first 7? Why the fuck is the mall number 8? And what is number
Zoo,
198?
Fort Edmonton, Mozart Conservatory. I don't know, maybe what's the dinosaur park thing? Dinosaur Forest.
Jurassic Forest.
Jurassic Forest.
Is
The
it
Railway
maybe it's Jurassic
Museum.
Forest?
They probably,
Yeah, it's
I don't
right.
know. They probably throw the Reynolds Museum on there anyway, even though that's in
Probably.
Wetaskiwin.
My guess is that it's
The
just
Ram.
different attractions in the mall. And then they're counting
so
shopping
funny-
as different.
Funny you say that. Okay, I actually want to make sure. I can't remember if my next slide is about this stuff yet. I don't think it is, but the number one. So I went to go try and figure out which one it was, and it wasn't showing me the same thing. So okay, good. We could just stay on the slide. It wasn't showing me the same thing. So when I went to go click on things to do in Edmonton attractions section, it was actually on 522. So I don't know where that list that gave me at first was, but anyways, number 1 in this list of things to do in Edmonton / attractions is West Edmonton Mall. In which
What?
TripAdvisor, you lied to me. I don't know. I think it was something else entirely. I couldn't figure out what that original list was from because I was like looking through it at like 10 p.m. last night trying to figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out. But anyways, attraction-wise, number 1's West Ed Mall. Number 2 is the Alberta Legislative Building.
But
And
how?
why would you go do that? Like,
What
do
do you-
your taxes?
You
Get
don't
eaten by
do
zombies? I
anything
don't
there.
know.
It's a nice
Get a
building,
fungal
but
infection?
You don't do anything there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Look
famous-
at the Tyndall limestone, I guess.
Famously
I
in The
guess.
Last of Us as well.
Yes.
Yep, that's where the
That's the
zombies
one.
and the fungal.
That's the fact. Everyone knows this these days.
Number 3 was the Winspear Center. Don't worry, I'm not going to list all of them.
I mean, the Westbury Center's
oh,
nice, but like,
You can do things
I danced there when I was like 6. I was in dance and I danced there, and
I
that was
saw
like
a John Williams
it's not
show
that cool.
a couple of years back there.
I also saw a John Williams show, and this would have been before we knew each other.
Really? Oh, this
I
was
wonder.
like last year or the year before
I
that?
wonder.
Oh, not the year. No, there was a. It was definitely a Star. Was it a Star Wars one?
Well, I saw.
There's
Oh,
a Stardew
no.
one coming.
I saw like
It might have-
a Star
it
Wars
might have been
thing or space thing when I was in like grade 6.
Are you guys gonna go to
What
the
was
Stardew
it?
Valley one? That's gonna happen at the Windspear.
We're gonna get Stardew
Oh,
Valley
shit.
show.
Totally should.
Mr. Concerned Ape will be there as well, apparently.
Holy shit.
He was there in the Vancouver one. My friend went to that one, and yeah, and he will tell it. And he told actually he said out in the after the concert
And
was over
he-
that Penny
that-
is based and is the worst
Oh,
Bachelorette.
No, we can't. No, I'm not going.
Anyways, number 4 is Fort Edmonton Park.
I'm not going. Not going.
How is this stuff above like the Ram
I know. Number 4 is the Mutart
or
Conservatory,
the
which
Tellus
was kind of
World of
funny.
Science? The conservatory
then
makes sense. I like the conservatory.
Within the first 15 list, number 6 was World Water Park, which is in the mall, and then number 15 was Galaxyland, which is also in the mall.
How is the
I don't
legislative
know.
building above
So the
these
mall
things?
is 1. The mall is
mall's number 1.
6. The mall is 7. Is the mall number 8 as well? We
honestly,
established
it
this
kind of
earlier.
No,
makes sense to
no.
count those as separate different things. Because if you go
I
to
guess.
you don't like do Galaxyland for 20 minutes while you're at the mall. You set a day aside to do that. You don't usually
I mean, you don't
impulse
have
to
to.
do. Yeah, you don't have to, but like you don't usually impulse do that. You
We're
set a
doing-
day, especially for the water park, because you got to like bring like swimming stuff.
We're doing fucking semantics
true.
over someone else's ranking.
And I disagree with it. Tellus
This is
World of Science should
TripAdvisor.com.
be up there higher. Even
We
though
will
it's
hound
just-
him down.
or Jurassic
Whoever did this
Forest.
list.
I like Jurassic Forest.
I didn't even know we had Jurassic Forest.
It's
I thought
cool.
that was a
I
thing
will
in.
take you.
Okay. It's in Edmonton?
Yes. Well, it's
Is it in-
outside.
It's by Fort Sask, right?
It's not like
Is it by
close, but it's not like super far.
We'll do a Jurassic
Okay.
Forest, Alberta Railway Museum double feature.
Can we
I
also go to
have not been to the
Algonquin while
Alberta.
we're there too?
Isn't that the other direction?
Well, it's near Fort Sask, isn't it?
Wait,
It's on the same
I
direction.
need to look at a map. This is a really
yeah.
coherent episode.
Yeah,
Hey, you
just
know
to
what
finish off
also is
this-
on a map of Edmonton is the West Edmonton Mall.
Oh yeah, to finish this slide off and move on to to mall info. Something I thought was kind of funny on this
Jurassic
list
Forest
as well.
is way north. It's up at Gibbon.
Let me finish my freaking point, Connor.
It's
I'm
an
almost
hour
done.
away.
Connor, please. Number 21 on this list is U of A, which is like, why would you go to a school for
There's
an
nothing there. It
attraction?
sucks.
There's nothing there.
There's a
but
shitty,
what made
couple
me
shitty little museums, but that's it.
and what made me
You
even
dare
more
call
pissed
those
off.
shitty.
No, Elk Island is not very close to Jurassic Forest.
All right, then we could do that. the
I say like
Actually,
I don't frequent the
we don't have to go.
Paleontology Museum.
What made me pissed off the most though was that number 140 was McEwen, which is
There's nothing there.
insulting.
There's
Exactly.
There's a pizza vending machine.
There is a pizza vending machine, which I also have a picture of Ethan with as well that I was actually going to mention earlier, but I didn't. And it's not important, so that's it. This
Should've
is a
gotten-
mall episode, not a McEwen episode. Yeah. Anyways, that was pretty much. Oh, at the end of the list though, I was curious because I wasn't sure exactly what counted as attractions and stuff, and at the end, number 152 is Lace and Leaf Studio. I don't know what this is.
What is
the
that?
second to last one. I don't know. I think it's like some kind of cosmetology thing maybe, but the second to last one, number 521, was an acupuncture place. So I was like, they're just naming places, man. They're just naming them.
Me going on vacation to go to the acupuncture place. Like,
Yeah.
I have nothing against acupuncture, but why is that on a things
Dude.
to do? It's,
Acupuncture is great.
I've heard it's very good, but I've never done it.
I mean, I've only had it once where I had a needle or a pin go into a nerve, and that was pretty painful. But it wasn't the most painful thing I've ever experienced. Other than that, the rest of it was like a pretty good 9 out of 10, I'd say.
I know a lot of people that have done acupuncture, but I have never done it.
Give it a try sometime.
I don't know if
You know what
needles.
else gives me a stabbing feeling in my skin? The West Edmonton Mall.
Going
Go to
on
next
for
slide.
25 minutes about a completely unrelated thing.
Where I've been on one slide for 25 minutes.
Well, we can move on to the next one. We can move on to the next one to also discuss some pains. Next up, in terms of lore, so that was just, ground level lore. Ethan's already covered pretty much all history, if not any important history for them all.
We're gonna get to
So,
that. Doing anthropology now.
yes, we're doing cultural anthro right now, bitch. This is the culture in the mall. This is what you feel when you're through it. So back in summer 2017, I don't know if you guys remember when this video came out because it was viral as hell, and I'm sure you probably are obviously aware of it.
Yet.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
Connor.
I'm 3.
I met somebody today who graduated like last year, and that just feels so weird to me. It's like someone graduated in 2023. Insane.
Like from high school?
Yeah, from high school.
Yeah, that's not right. You graduate before the 20s.
And then people before us will say, no, you graduate before the 10s, and then we're going to have this repeat until it's 1920 and everyone's dead.
Yeah, that's true. 1920.
Yeah?
Oh, yes. Never mind. I take it. Yes.
Yeah.
My brain
I don't think
clicked in.
anybody from... I don't know if anybody who graduated in 1920s. That's okay. That's okay. This will wake you up, maybe. So anyways, back in summer 2017, a video came out where these 2 hooligan children, they look almost identical. I feel like this is like a screenshot from a conspiracy theory because they look like they're wearing the exact same thing. They jump from the second level railing in the mall area that is right the surrounding the ship, and they jump into, I thought it was a Cinnabon. It's a Cinzio. I don't know what that is, but it's a cinnamon bun place. It's a little.
It's a Cineso or something.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Cinnabon too. I don't think
I
I've
did
ever
too.
eaten that.
I've had one thing there. It was pretty good, but Cinnabon is superior. That's all I'll say.
It's all torn up right now, isn't it?
Hmm?
I think it's all torn up right now.
Is it?
Yeah, they're adding a different shop in across from the Cineso.
Yeah, because that's what
there's
the
a little
booster
bit of
juice was.
renovation, but the Cineso is still
Oh, it's the booster juice that. Yeah, you're right.
the old.
Yes,
the old
yeah.
booster. You can see the new you can see the old booster in this photo actually.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
purple and the yellows and stuff.
The
Is
new one
booster
is
juice
just-
Canadian.
Is it?
I'm looking this up.
I don't
I'm
know.
talking.
While Ethan looks this up, in this video, in this little kiosk over here, they jump on the top of the roof there, and as the first one starts to just kind of wander around, the second one jumps and slides straight through one of the yellow panels into the shop below.
Nice.
Which nobody died, thankfully. But interviewing the district manager, Henry Gallant, he reports that during his shift while this incident occurred, he said, I see some kid come flying through our roof. He hit our granite countertop. His head bounced off quite badly. His back bent fully backwards, and then he bounced forward. He was in pain. He was holding his stomach and stuff. And then I see him slowly get up, run out of the store. Connor, if you want to click once for me. This is what we call a Gallant live Gallant reaction.
Chain. Oh, sorry. Yeah, live Gallant reaction. Very good. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got in a little early there. Booster Juice is a Canadian chain
That's
of
okay.
juice and smoothie bars founded in 1999. Founded at Sherwood Park.
Really?
That's interesting.
It's
I
not
didn't know
it's
that.
not just Canadian. It is local to the Edmonton area.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know that.
That's cool. That's cool. The manager apparently said that within his 17 years of working in this mall, he said that there's at least 4 to 6 incidents like this that occur, which I feel like that's quite a bit for just a little kiosk incident. You know, I was reading.
I think he might be referring to going over the second floor.
Oh, mostly. Yeah, that would explain it.
'Cause I think do you have the guy who dove
I
into
do.
the pool from level
I
2?
do.
Okay.
I do indeed.
I was hoping that would be on here.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, why don't you click once for me, Connor?
There it is.
This is the next one. I don't have, obviously, the impact photo, which I apologize for, but this is something that occurs a lot. There's a lot of videos of people jumping from the second floor into the pool where the pirate ship resides in. It is very blue. It is not, the water itself isn't dyed blue. The bottom of the pool is dyed blue, so that's why it looks very like blue and crystalline, all that kind of stuff. But if you're at the mall and you're looking down from the railing, either on the first or second floor, it's pretty easy to see
And
that
the bottom glitters with coins.
The bottom glitters with coins.
So
That's
many
exactly what I was
coins
gonna
in
say.
there.
There's a
Holy
lot. There's a lot of fountains.
I remember maybe not hearing, well, maybe not seeing, but definitely hearing about they would get scuba divers in there every once in a while to clean it out, like just pick up all the coins.
I think you told me that once. I don't know if that's real.
I mean, there was
that would be the way to clean it out if you wanted to clean it out.
I guess so. They used to have some kind of submarine thingy too. That was. I don't know if Connor, you have that in your
the
section.
submarine ride.
Yeah, there was a submarine ride.
We have more operational submarines than the Canadian Navy. This is a quote from one of the owners of the mall, and it's a true fact. And it's even if they had the submarines today, it would still be a true fact because the Canadian Navy. How many submarines are in the Canadian Navy, Ray?
Yeah, you should know
69.
this. I definitely know it.
I don't.
Totally.
I had like
4.
family that was in the Navy.
You can count how many submarines we have on one hand, and not only are they just 4 submarines, they are the dog shit submarines that killed a bunch of British sailors that we got secondhand because they
wasn't this a
light on
Canadian
fire
Heritage Minute?
really easy. No, this isn't a Heritage Minute.
Damn it. Okay, continue.
This isn't something to be proud of.
No, this is the state of the Canadian Navy for the country with the second longest coastline in the world is abysmal.
Longest? What has the longest?
Philippines. They got more islands.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Archipelagos really up your coastline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So speaking of water, the pool.
Sorry. Ray.
Lots of. It's okay. It's okay.
You should dive in it. Clearly, everyone's been fine.
It's fine.
Apparently,
yeah.
there's a lot of people been talking. Like, apparently, there's like some. I've been looking at some articles and stuff like that while I was researching this, and this one guy was so pro jumping into this pool that he was like, "These kids are fulfilling my childhood dream." And people who were being interviewed as well were talking about how they were proud these kids were fulfilling the dreams of all the children who grew up here at the West Edmonton Mall.
That's so real.
That
guy's
It's true. There was like.
yes.
No, truthfully, my dream has always been to sail the ship. I've been on the ship before, but I've never.
My dream has been to die from the dragon's hands.
To be eaten by the dragon.
Yeah, I didn't talk about the dragon in mine, so Connor,
Yeah,
you go.
I am talking about the dragon
go
later.
Yeah.
I am not talking about submarines though, so I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah,
I forgot to add
the
them.
submarines. I don't have a slide for it, but it is you mentioned it was a thing that it was in the mall, and I believe it. I thought I had the year written down, but it did shut down like before the dolphin, I think, exhibit thingy.
Oh yes, the dolphin exhibit.
Which
it's a good
I
thing that
will-
there aren't cetaceans anymore.
Oh shit!
Yes,
I forgot
I will
to talk
mention
about
But there
that.
used to be cetaceans. There are no cetaceans.
I
It's
forgot
good.
about the dolphins.
What is a cetacean again?
Whales.
Whales. So
Oh.
dolphins, porpoises,
Are you?
humpbacks,
Narwhals.
sperms. There were
I thought there was just dolphins.
There were 4 bottlenose dolphins that are no longer there. I don't know what
Yes.
happened to them. There
I will
used to be an
discuss.
exhibit.
I will discuss what happened to them.
Oh, you are? Oh,
Hey, man.
good. Thank you, because I forgot.
Yes. Don't worry. I have a talk. I'll talk about it.
Yeah, we planned this episode well.
We planned this. So, despite being a
Don't worry,
this is
I'll
our first
talk about them. I say
three-person-
as I put another cut in and make the slide.
Yeah. So the first episode was our 3 separate slides in one episode. The last collaborative was you two collaborating on one where Connor had pretty like more like the tail end of Ethan's
Yeah, it was the
presentation.
last, like,
This is the
20
first one where
minutes.
all 3 of us are not coordinating, working on a presentation together, which I think is
And
hilarious.
it's going great.
It's going really good. Hey,
We're an
this
hour
is-
in and we're not even halfway through.
Oh my god, we are. Shit, okay.
doing-
All right.
we're doing great.
So before I move on
Connor,
to the next one.
if you have it in recording, cut in here the bit at the start where I was like, "Don't worry, this one will go by really quick. I'll only be like an hour."
Can you do it with like as like an echo or like a dreamscape, like
I'll add, like, if I have that, I'm pretty sure we were recording by then. I'll
good.
put an effect on it.
Cool. If not, Ethan, you could repeat it, and then Connor will put it in later.
Yeah, you could just cut me saying that and play it back at the same time.
If we were recording by then, I'll put the edit. Otherwise, I'll just leave us talking about it, 'cause then it's funnier.
Okay. That's true.
Or I'll do
All right.
both. I don't know.
That'd be funny. I think that anyway. I don't care. I'm not editing
Are
it.
you-
You do what you want.
So are you? I don't mean to interrupt. Have you finished with this slide? Because there's
No,
one thing I want to add.
I'm almost done. I have
Oh,
one
sorry.
more thing to say. I don't mean to interrupt, but
Yeah,
I
we're
want to use that this
professionals.
slide. If you don't, if you shut up for 2 seconds, I can finish it.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I love you guys. Don't worry. I was just gonna say that with the association of people fulfilling their childhood dreams, somebody said that jumping into the lagoon of the West Edmonton Mall is like a rite of passage for Alberta teens. It's part of their culture,
Yeah,
worthy
I've
of its
done
own
it.
Canadian heritage moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love
Anyways,
a West
yeah.
Edmonton Mall heritage building.
I would too. Now I'm done my slide. You may move on to the next one. Sick.
Oh,
Oh,
I
man, okay.
forgot about this thing.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah,
I remember
I
this.
forgot. So, this is the Weird World Vision One Life Experience exhibit. Currently, or not currently, but it was where the Lego store now stands, or at least near the stage, the HMV stage.
It's exactly where the Lego store was.
Yeah.
Wasn't there there was like a pit there? I distinctly remember there being a small pit
There
right where
was
the
a
Lego
bit.
store is now.
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah, that was before this, I think. I can't remember. I think the pit is a real thing. I don't remember when and what it was for, All I know is that this, I believe, was after, because immediately after this, the Lego store was starting to get built. Because this was around for quite a long time.
Yeah, this was around for like a year.
There was also a little tiny itty bitty like street market ass motherfucking thing.
Was there a petting zoo here once too?
I think so. Yeah, no, it was on the other side of the mall.
They did some weird shit with this section when they
This mall
stopped doing performances on the stage and didn't know what to put there. Until they could figure out, oh yeah, we should probably put a Lego store in. Whoops.
No,
and
it's
I've
fine.
never been more grateful.
Connor could talk about it in his Lego episode.
I've spent a normal amount of money there.
Yeah.
I actually am not that bad with buying Lego.
It's hilarious going to the Lego store and having like Lego employees that Connor doesn't know mansplain Legos to him, and then he, like, as they walk away, Connor going, I already knew that.
Yeah, I know more than half their staff. I know some of their staff.
Hilarious.
I know like 2 or 3 people that work there, and I don't know more than all of them, but there's a couple of them. It's like, yeah, one of my sister's friends works there, and I was talking to him about Lego once, and it's like, yeah, I know more than you. You flex on this 17-year-old kid real quick.
Literally. Yeah. It's funny when people are like, are you guys finding anything okay? Is this and then we're just like, Connor's just like, yeah,
I know more than you. Go away.
He doesn't actually do that, but
one guy
any
asked
Lego employee.
A guy asked me once there, and it was like, oh, what's the last set you guys built? I'm like, 2008 Hyena Bomber. And he's like, huh? And I'm like, yeah, step aside, casual.
Step aside, you fucking casual.
Yeah, so any people that are listening,
man.
if you happen to be listening that you are also a Lego employee at the West Edmonton Mall, just know that this is the one that you got to avoid.
I don't bother the staff, I swear.
I know he does. It's really funny. He just talks shit about you moments after you walk away.
He doesn't need them.
He just shit talks them immediately after.
A little bit. No, I'm not.
In the
I'm nice
kindest
to
way
them.
possible. It's really funny.
They have very nice staff there.
Yeah, they're all very chill. It's really funny.
Okay, World Vision Life. I'm sorry.
Anyways, yeah, not Lego, but the World Vision 1 life experience.
That single neuron got activated. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have never been in here before. You can see like the inside of it, like this picture on the very left here. Sorry, audio listeners. Where you can see everything that's kind of inside. I've never. I think you have to pay to go inside, obviously, because it's a little attraction.
I never did it either, so I'm not sure.
So since I've never done it, and since neither of you, I suppose, haven't done it, I don't know if Ethan has done it, but
no.
All right, cool. So since none of us are experienced in the World Vision 1 life experience, I took some diving after I saw a quick little comment on a Reddit post somewhere talking about the AIDS/HIV thingy. So I found an article, somebody talking about
That's what
their
you
experience.
clicked on an episode about West Edmonton Mall here about.
Let's talk about AIDS! Yeah. So this one guy, I explained the experience. I'm just going to do a little dramatic reading of it. He said, I took some time on Friday to walk through the World Vision 1 life experience, located at the HMV stage at West Edmonton Mall. I read about the free exhibit a few days ago and was interested to see how the stories of the children affected by the HIV/AIDS would be conveyed. Upon entering the exhibit, I was given an iPod shuffle and headphones, and asked to enter a curtained area after pressing play. Participants followed the tracks of 4 children based on true stories. I was Stefan, an 11-year-old from Uganda. The path traveled included pictures of Stefan's family and a replica of the bed he and his siblings slept in. One night, he and his brother were abducted by the Lord's Resistance Army, after which Stefan was forced to watch and commit horrible acts of violence. Here, I was invited to pick up a rifle attached to the wall, to feel the weight of the weapon, and further immerse myself in the footsteps of the young boy. Luckily, Stefan was rescued from his captors and spent some time in rehabilitation camp for child soldiers. Before heading home, Stefan had to take an HIV/AIDS test. At this point, participants were directed to a clinic to sit and reflect on the possibility of infection before being provided with a piece of paper stamped either with a plus or a minus sign. It was a bit unnerving, even though it wasn't quote-unquote real. Stefan thankfully tested negative and was reunited with his family.
The way you
this
casually
is a really unique...
said, it's like, yeah, you pick up a rifle and you just keep going.
And you're guided all by a little King iPod shuffle.
I bet they got a concreted up Kalashnikov sitting in there. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is somebody's experience. I don't know if that kid's picture on the top right picture there is Stefan, but this is what who knows? I don't know if it's different or the same every time, but This person giving this review said that, oh, it was very
Oh my god,
life-opening,
I just
eye-opening.
realized the image. So the image of the whole exhibit, just to the left of it, you can see the racetrack where those shitty little animal go-karts used to be isolated to.
Oh my god, you're right.
Oh,
There was a pet store over there at one point too.
there was,
Oh
yeah.
it's a weed store now. They
It
took
is a
out the
weed
pet
store.
It is
store
a
for
weed-
a weed store. It's very
They
sad,
traded
honestly.
the pets for weeds, yeah.
It really is.
Sorry,
the pet
rabbits.
store
We
was
now
great.
have birthday cake joints now.
I pet a very cute bunny there once.
Oh, I've been in there, I think, maybe once or twice, but I think that literally the week I was like, oh man, it'd be really cool to get a pet, but I know getting pets at a pet store is just not great. But then again, like, where else, like, where are those pets gonna go if they're not in someone's home, hopefully in a better place? And then after that, the store closed, and I thought, well, I guess I'm never getting a pet ever again, or else the store's gonna close. So
A pet store in a mall is a really weird choice.
it's not a great.
I'm not gonna impulse buy a dog.
I would.
Yeah, okay, you would. I would.
Yeah.
A dog, no. A cat, maybe.
I almost did. There was one time I was supposed to go to like a church dinner thingy or whatever, and then we went to a pet store beforehand to grab something for my dog, and then there was a cat there, and it was an older cat, and I was like, Mom, can we get this cat? And she said no, and I said please, and she said no, and that was the story of how I never got a cat. Anyways, speaking of things that maybe will die, go to the next slide, please.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, talk about the kid in this thing.
No, we're done. I don't have enough experience to talk more about it, but I thought this was an interesting one.
Didn't know that's what went on in here, but I just remember seeing it. Oh, this is the second of 3 Mindbender references.
Yeah! So, as Ethan has mentioned before, the Mindbender is being closed. Oops, why? I don't know, but this was
It's
way
too
before.
big, and they need a new roller coaster attraction or whatever.
Yeah, because apparently the one that
It
people
worked
die on
fine,
is not enough.
except that one time.
Yeah, it only did it once. In like the
It's
It
true, it
only
was
did
only
it
once.
once. It's fine. Don't worry
People
about
were reporting like other medical problems after, but it's more things like
You went around a loop-de-loop
hearing
3
loss
times?
and yeah, they went over on like multiple times and they had like made like problems with, like,
Mindbender-
they had like
It was fun as fuck once. The
I never went on
moment
it before.
you did it a second time in your trip, it was just agony.
it. There's only three injured, 1 death, or 3 deaths,
Yes.
multiple injuries.
3 deaths, 1 injury.
Okay.
So yeah, oh, actually, never mind. Okay, so anyways, the Mindbender recently was decommissioned. Now it is fully commissioned as of this recording, even though it was decommissioned completely a little while ago.
That space is haunting without anything to fill it.
It's weird.
Very
It's scary.
interesting.
It is very weird.
My
It's
brain
very
like
strange.
autofills the Mindbender in there. It's weird.
It doesn't feel like it's a big space without it there, which just feels kind of wild because
Transformers
it's a big roller
experience.
coaster. Yeah, is that what it's gonna be?
I don't know.
Cross your fingers.
I want something
your fingers.
Transformers.
Cross your
I
fingers,
hope
toes, and
I hope
eyes.
they use the animations in Transformers 1 or whatever that new movie is.
I hope a Transformer
Don't get
literally
me started
comes to
on
life and
Transformers 1. I think it looks good, but I don't... We're not going down that rabbit hole.
So,
Okay.
Speaking of how big Transformers are, this roller coaster is 45
I like
meters in height,
Transformers.
1,200 meters in length, and it goes about 100 kilometers an hour in speed. This roller coaster was finished in 1985, which I think Ethan mentioned was the 3rd phase, I want to say? Was it Galaxyland?
Yeah, 1985 was the finish of the 3rd phase. This Galaxyland would have been the 2nd phase. So this would have still been under construction while Galaxyland was open.
Okay. This guy specifically costed $6 million. And only 6 months after the ride debuted on June 14th, 1985, one of the cars derailed within the last of the 3 big loops. As you can see, maybe in that left picture there, or at least the picture from the beginning of the slideshow, there are 3 big old loops there, which I think go simultaneously after each other. I've never been on the ride before,
I don't
but
remember.
yeah.
They
So
aren't, but yeah.
okay, after the
It's not
3rd loop. After the 3rd one, one of the carts derailed and hurled 4 passengers onto the concrete floor below. Unfortunately, 3 people had passed, and 1 person was injured with life-altering injuries, and there was that picture of that person on the bottom picture. I hope he's okay now, because I thought that photo was kind of funny, but it's also very tragic and sad, so Mindbender, more like, no thank you. So... people were talking about how the West Edmonton Mall feels a little bit haunted, and Connor also said that too. there's like other kind of instances of deaths and stuff that happened in Galaxyland. One being a teen died of a drug overdose in the When Rocket Ride. Apparently they bought $50 of ecstasy pills and was hospitalized soon after and then taken off of life support by their family, which is also very tragic and very sad. There was also a murder of a girl who was quote unquote chosen to die. I couldn't really get it. This was also at the Galaxyland, but I couldn't find the article without having to go through a paywall. So I said, you know what? Let's just leave it at that for the privacy of these people because I didn't really put names. And then there was also there's like shootings at the gun range. Ironically enough, unfortunately. People either committing suicide there or shooting each other or getting shot by themselves, either accidentally or on purpose. I'm not quite sure. And then there's also what I mentioned earlier. This is actually where I was going to mention it, but the other deaths and such, the dolphins. So there was a dolphin. They had dolphins at West Ed Mall until 2004, where the last dolphin, Howard, was moved to Florida, which is where he was from. But before that, they were trying to reproduce more dolphins through like a breeding program. And at least 5 breeding attempts, 5 out of 5 breeding attempts, the dolphins who were born from these dolphins at the mall were stillborns. So none of them like lived. And after the 5th one, the mall breeding program ended, and they just decided to. And after like PETA and all the other like animal rights things started coming into place. Mavis was the last dolphin who died, which was in 2003, and then the last living dolphin, Howard, was moved away, and that's when the dolphin program officially kind of ended. So thankfully they're gone. They're replaced with the sea lions now, which hopefully are in better living conditions. I assume they are.
Definitely in better living conditions. The dolphins, they wouldn't have had any more living space than the one tank where the sea lions now perform. At least the sea lions with they're able to be terrestrial and can get more enrichment, I guess, from being on land. But yes, thank goodness.
Anyways, I pay my respects to all the folks that have passed in this mall, recent and in the past, and I hope that their families are okay and mourning and, are happy in any case that they can be. So, anyways, next slide. Let's get to the rumors.
So I was something more happy.
The rumors and shid/honorable mentions. These don't have their own slides. This is, I think, either my last slide or my close to last slide. This should be my last one. But the things that I didn't either know enough about or didn't really think needed a slide itself. The first thing was people living in the mall. A lot of these things that I found out, or at least were looking through, was either through word of mouth, because by the second one, Ethan was the one who told me about the Nepo baby in the car thing. I either saw on Reddit or, word of mouth. I was talking to one of my coworkers today, a new person, and their dad, or their parent, I suppose dad, I already said dad, but their dad apparently worked in the city. I'm not sure exactly what position, but they were telling me about the undergrounds of the mall, which the basement was the third point there.
The back rooms.
The back rooms, yeah. I was mentioning things that I was experiencing at the mall, but we'll get to that in a second. So, people living in the mall. Before, there were lots of cameras and alarms and security and stuff like that. Apparently, folks would be able to sneak through the back quarters and the hallways, and they would just kind of live there, either live there or sleep there overnight. Mostly, apparently, it was teenagers, but I'm sure homeless would probably find opportunities to go in there as well. I actually don't know if the doors are locked now at night. I assume they are, but the thing with the doors being locked is that, like, Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street open, like, a lot of the restaurants there open until past midnight, I think. So to get out, you would have to, leave at some door or whatever, but then you also have access to the rest of the mall. So if you're in there and you're at one of the restaurants, like, is there security that just blocks you out? I don't know. I obviously have never been to the mall that late at night to really know. The latest I've probably been is probably like maybe 11 or midnight or something like that. But
shuts up at 9.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
That's not
Some
true.
of the restaurants and
Bourbon
bars are still
Street
open.
is definitely open a little later.
Yeah. It's almost like I just said that. But that's okay.
Maybe they seal Bourbon Street off. I actually don't know.
I don't know. I feel
doesn't look like there's anything to do that. So
I don't know. I don't
my
think
guess.
so.
My guess is
one way to find out, folks.
Investigative
next field trip.
journalism.
So that
Yep.
should be a part of our little.
Sir, what are you
adventure, I
doing
guess.
on top of the ship at 11:30 p.m. on a Tuesday evening? Journalism.
It's for my
so sounds-
podcast, bro.
Podcast?
Check it out on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Thank you. Yeah. So the next thing was the Nepo baby in the car thing.
does
This
this
is
one
purely word of mouth from a friend of a friend. One friend being Ethan, another friend being one of our they're more there than my friend, but mutual friend as well. Another friend of a friend. So apparently the car came from the Nepo babies.
Sorry, did you establish the car?
What is
No.
this?
The luxury car
Why
that
don't you say it,
so
Ethan?
every year at the mall, for as long as I can remember at least, a luxury car from the model of a previous year. This year it's a Ferrari of some kind. I think years prior there have been Lamborghinis and other Ferraris and such. Basically, you get a big, massive draw that goes on for the entire year. The draw happens at the end of the year. The car gets given away, and a new car comes in the next year. The rumor is that one of the Garmazian family members is basically setting this car up for the raffle every year and getting their kid or something a new car every year. It's one of them. Don't know who. It's just well established that it's one of the members of the family. At least that's the rumor. I don't actually know exactly where the car comes from. I'm sure it's probably like an open secret. Like if you ask, it's like, hey, where does the car actually come from? And someone will give you an answer. It's like, oh, it was so-and-so's car, and they do this every year. But
Yeah.
that's basically it. And they're pretty nice cars. It's always fun to walk by and be like, oh, cool, nice, cool car.
Yeah. We passed. I don't think you could sit inside of it. I thought there was a time where you can go inside if you wanted, but
No.
most likely
Not that
not.
I remember.
Yeah. The next thing I had, which was something that I've personally at least seen or experienced, or at least within like the weird fever dream of my not very trusty memory, because I have a horrible memory, but either that or I have a very haunting memory where it's very altered than what actually happened. The basement. So, of course, the mall has a basement, a little underground area. Most places do. They have lots of walkways and halls and all that kind of stuff. There is a classroom. Actually, Connor, if you want to click once for me. I saw this diagram. It's a conspiracy theory diagram, but as far as I know, there is. It's
Connor,
insane.
can you edit fucking...
What is this?
It's
oh
it's
my god.
It was labeled mall myths. The photo.
Why is there a bunker?
That's man. They're honestly the
What
underground
does the
area.
blackboard say?
can't read it.
I don't know.
Mall is
I
one
can't
of the
really-
words.
Love the mall.
I don't know. Oh, is that Adolf Hitler coming down the stairs?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Hopefully not. He'd be dead at this point.
That's hilarious.
You hope so.
That's the thing that makes it different. Yeah. Yeah. So the undergrounds of the mall. I remember it being very kind of like. Have either of you guys played Resident Evil 1 or
No.
know anything about it?
I know a little bit about it.
All right. So there's a sequence where you have to go escape the tank, the shark tank, which I think it's Neptune the shark is. I can't remember. Any Resident Evil fans can correct me, but I think it was Neptune the shark that you're trying to avoid. So you have to like drain the tank, get through. It is a windowless, dark corridor area with like the I don't know, metal holy floors. I don't know what they're called, but the floor that isn't exactly like a concrete floor. It's a floor that you walk on and things could fall through. Yeah, I don't know. But
grate?
anyways, sure. The water from the pool reflects on the wall, so it's very like blue-like and stuff like that. I remember there being areas as we walked through these underground areas past the like sea line area where it kind of looked like this, because you did pass by at least nearby tanks and stuff like that. I believe most of them were empty, if I can remember correctly. But it was in a completely windowless, empty corridor hallway. And I went to Edmonton Mall camp growing up, at least once, just for one summer. And I think that was enough, because I'm sure it was extremely expensive. And it was fine. I don't really care that we went once, but we started camp. I think it was like a week-long camp. We started every day in this classroom area in the basement. And for some reason, and Connor and I had this happen when we were in middle school. We had to raise mealworms, and we talked about this I think in the last episode too, or like the
Episode
Yeah,
Ace Attorney
we raised
episode.
tapeworms.
We raise tapeworms.
Yeah, mealworms
not
are
not not mealworms.
It's
Tapeworms.
a very
totally.
different thing.
I figured it out eventually.
Close enough. Yeah,
It's
who cares?
fine. It's fine. Shut up. This is the past. So, anyways, we had to raise mealworms in this classroom, and it had a very distinct smell. It wasn't like... It's kind of hard to explain. It's not like a very foul smell, but it smells like mix of like grass, hay, but, you know, kind of like something that's maybe kind of going bad, but like not super bad, I guess.
I've smelt mealworms.
Yeah, mealworms have a distinct... If you have a gecko or any kind of reptilian animal, you'll probably know what that smells like. But it smelled like that throughout the hallways. I'm not sure why it did. I don't recall there ever being anything like that there. It would make sense if it smelled like some kind of other food that you would feed things, because again, that's like the sea lions eat probably fish and all that kind of stuff. But
I thought you were going to say they eat mealworms.
They eat...
Like,
as
they
far as I know,
solidly do not, Ray.
To be fair, this was at the same time the pet store was still open, so who knows what they kept down there.
I don't know.
Who knows? Probably wasn't anything to feed the animals, to be fair, but yeah. Anyways, basement. While I was talking to my coworker about this thing, they were telling me about that their dad, while they were working the city and stuff. I believe that this was something that either he saw or she saw. Sorry, no, they saw. As in their experience, that apparently there was a cockroach in the mall that is like a West Edmonton Mall specific species. There were different species of cockroaches that bred together and made its own unique species that is only found at the West Edmonton Mall.
I am immediately into the endemic cockroach of West Edmonton Mall. I've never been more locked in.
Is this?
I was
we
like,
actually have
sister.
endemic.
I believe it.
I believe yes. Yeah.
Have you heard about
what they
the
said.
New York subway mosquito?
No.
There's an endemic New York subway mosquito
I
that
did
only
not
lives
know
in the
this.
New York subway.
To be honest, it does not. It makes sense, honestly. Like,
And probably carries like turbo diseases off the mega rats down there. But like, you
Turbo
know,
black plague.
yeah.
it's a big enough area. I
Black
believe
Plague
it.
2.
Yeah.
I completely believe the endemic West Edmonton Mall cockroach.
Thinking
That's
about
awesome.
how if the basement is the same size as the mall, which is like again like 5.3 million square feet, maybe 5 million, maybe 4 million, who knows? That's a
Dude.
lot of space for a cockroach to have a hive.
Going down there, mapping it out like I'm fucking spelunking, bro. Like,
Spelunking. What a memory.
Questing.
I would hate it. I would rather
underneath,
spelunk in a mall than
mall.
not a mall. Sorry, I'd rather spelunk in a mountain, which I have done, than spelunk in the mall. I feel like that'd be worse.
You couldn't
Especially-
pay me to go spelunking. I'm not doing it.
this
Oh
dude's
my
not
God.
going to
Horrifying.
ground.
It's so good. though.
Horrifying.
It's scary as hell, but it was great. I was between two mountains once, and it was like not even like maybe like 2 feet of space between the other two mountains, and you were wedged on at a weird like 45-degree angle.
You're describing like my actual nightmares. I'm not even kidding.
I think like yeah, it's a suffocation underground is like my biggest fear. I think.
No
But that-
breathing.
For some reason I think there's something. I feel like something went wrong in my head, and I believe this was pre bad stuff happening, where like I knew I was like I'm absolutely terrified from this, but there was no anxiety. So I'm like either I'm dead right now or something's wrong, seriously wrong and up here. And yeah, it's not fine. So obviously maybe I just conquered a fear I didn't know. Who knows?
You should never be worried about dying in any situation, because either you die, right? Either you live and it's fine,
Or you don't.
or you die and it's not your problem.
That's not a good
That's
way to
true.
think about things.
That's a
I mean, yeah,
fantastic way to think about it.
Sometimes I think about what will happen after I die. I'm like, oh man, I gotta worry about where all my things are gonna go. I'm like, well, I'll be dead, so I don't have to worry about it. But I think on
Well,
my
that's
will,
what a
I'm just gonna
will
say
is
burn
for.
everything, because you don't need to see what I've drawn. But anyways, also burn that Kindle while you're at it. That was the
'kay.
most important thing I need to do.
Understood. Yes, ma'am.
Throwback. Okay.
Gonna burn
Ed Sheeran.
your whole
burn that.
room.
Burn my room. Burn my.
When I die,
yeah.
delete my search history.
When I die, just don't look in there. Just let it die. Let it rot. Let it shrivel up and die. Ed Sheeran coming in and singing with a random person
Don't
singing at
casually
HMV
reference
stage.
the Lorax.
Ed Sheeran was there once.
Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die. All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Ed
exactly
Sheeran
what
was in that. He was the
Yeah,
Lorax.
he was there. He was
He
the,
spoke
he
for
was
the
the
trees.
Lorax. That wasn't the Lorax that sang it, but yeah, he seems like he'd be good Lorax. So there's a video. and I think I might have mentioned this last episode too, or at least on the Ace Attorney episode, but Ed Sheeran was in the mall. I think he was recording something, but in the HMV stage, which is right outside the late HMV
Late
store.
of this parish.
Late of this, yeah. She was singing one of Ed Sheeran's songs. I don't know any of his songs, so I can't really say which one it is. I know like tunes, I don't know the names of them, but anyway, she was singing one of his songs, and he was walking out of HMV and went up to the stage and started singing with her, and she was just like frozen in shock and just awe, and he just like started singing with her, and then it was very cute. It was a very cute video, but she looked like she was about to shit her bricks, man. It was really funny.
Shitting her big bricks.
Shitting her bricks. Less of a lore thing, but more of just like a culture thing. But it was really cute. Speaking of other culture things that should maybe just be a myth instead of an actual thing that happened, the Chris Sky, or quote unquote Chris Sky Santa raid. I don't know if I pronounced his last name right. I don't give a shit. He's a shitty person.
Go by Chris Sky.
Let's call him Christopher. Because it's neither of those names. Anyways, so in an article,
what I've understood so far of your like disdain for this human being, we can call him a if you want.
All right, over here.
I don't think we can use that word.
Fine.
Chris.
Fine.
Just
call him Chris.
I am genuinely intrigued by what the fuck Santa raid costs.
Yeah, what does this mean?
All right,
I'm thinking like a fucking tack vest and night vision goggles. I don't know what you got so far.
Connor, do you want to guess?
You ever seen Prep and Landing? That's what I'm picking.
That's what
too.
I was trying to remember the name of that fucking thing.
It is neither of those things.
Prep and Landing's good.
I don't think I've seen it.
That's pretty good.
Ever seen the Spec Op Elves?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not.
Sad. It's
if
rough
it's anything
for you.
like the Santa Claus, then you're definitely wrong.
I was on a flight once when I was like 12, and that was the only thing on the TV, and it was.
I got that shit on disc,
I watched
brother.
I watched that movie like a dozen times in one night.
Well,
I was not happy. I like it now, but.
So you said you are autistic, correct?
Look.
You don't have to own him that.
We don't have to. We don't have to talk about that.
When you were so quiet, I was like, should I have said that?
Just tell me who the fuck Chris Sky is.
Stop talking about Santa movies, and I will.
It says Santa.
It says Santa.
I've never seen it. I wouldn't know. I'm sorry. Okay, so Chris Sky, I was reading an article. It says an angry mob of anti-vaccine extremists swarmed a children's toy store in the West Edmonton Mall.
Oh, that's very not
Chris
where I thought
Sky,
this was going.
He's a Canadian. Anyways, it was not as bad as honestly as it.
I'm looking up this
made it
guy's
sound.
Twitter.
He's a Canadian conspiracy theorist known for his involvement in the anti-mask / anti-lockdown COVID-19 denial, and he's an anti-vaccine, and he runs anti-vaccine movements, and he ran it during the COVID-19 pandemic. Apparently, when this article was written, people were trying to interview him, but he was in jail, so the press couldn't speak to him. Apparently, at one point, he ran for the Toronto mayorship, considered to be an unlikely candidate, which is hilarious to me. Apparently, he threatened to kill Doug Ford at one point, which is like, they can fight to the death. That's fine. Nobody can speak with them.
Big fan of gladiatorial combat.
Yeah, me too.
I found an image of this guy on a CBC article.
Who did Justin Trudeau box that one time? There's like an article of him like boxing some other political leader for some charity thingy. It's like that, but except that Doug Ford and Chris Sky should just do it to death.
No
I
idea what
remember
you're
that.
talking about.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I do not remember
People were okay. It's random side thing, but there was like a weird.
I got the perfect thing to open my next Heritage Unit one though. Thank you.
No problem. People were questioning Justin Trudeau's heritage because his nipples were brown.
Oh, I know all about that conspiracy theory. We're not going into it now, but it's
so
great.
Funny.
I love it.
I love that. It's so funny.
I love conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Fidel Castro.
I opened General and it's just multiple Saddam Hussein memes. What is...
That was in relation to this image. What, you've never seen the... You get it?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I just had OBS covering it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I wanted Saddam Hussein edited into that like image in the top right.
I was thinking it too.
The red outline.
It's...
Oh,
Anyways,
Connor, if you want to click once for me as well. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Oh,
this is just
there
a
he
picture
is.
that I saw.
This guy.
Yeah, he's got tattoos on his neck too, which I think is there's like a picture of him in like nice quote unquote nice clothing, all prepped up to look like a political person, and then he's got the sick nasty tattoos on his neck. Which, not saying tattoos are unprofessional. I have tons of tattoos, but given his reputation and the way he looks like so dead inside, like he's eaten like every single child's soul he's ever encountered. This guy looks pretty nasty. Like he's gross. But anyways, moving on from the second Nepo baby, because apparently they're all over the place in the mall. Huzzah. My next one is, if you liked it, then why did you put a ring on it? Another thing that happened kind of a similar time-ish as the Cinzio roof slamming. 2018, a Saskatchewan woman got her ring finger ripped off after her ring got caught on the West Edmonton Mall water park slide, the Corkscrew.
Oh, I remember this.
I don't remember if you guys... Yeah, so... the skin
hold on.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even like one of the major ones, is it, Corkscrew? That's like one of the more tame ones.
Yeah, it's one of the chill ones. There was this, like, thing there's like a piece of material that got caught on her ring, and it just, since it was going so fast apparently or whatever, her finger just completely got taken off with the ring. So
I remember. Yeah. I think I remember hearing about this.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about this one.
Yeah. Apparently the skin on her right ring finger was torn at the first knuckle, and there was only bone on the rest of the finger.
A degloving.
Oh.
That is a real technical term for that. A degloving.
Holy shit! Okay. God. All right. Yeah. So the lady, I didn't put her name in here. That's very strange.
Look, the mall's weird, man.
Thanks so much.
The mall brings out the worst of us.
As
really
we recall on these stories, this doesn't feel
as
very
it is the melting
whatever.
pot of humanity, so too does boil to the surface the worst of us.
Dude, I love that game, The Worst of Us.
They filmed that in Edmonton. They filmed that film. I win. I won the episode. I got the funniest joke. It's going to be in the YouTube short. I'm going to win. Let's go.
YouTube short.
That'd be a good idea.
I don't know.
Do we have YouTube shorts now?
Yes, I've been uploading the most recent few clips, because I should have been doing it the whole time. I just didn't think about it.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
Anyways,
I like it.
This has gone so long. We said it was going to take an hour.
I'm so sorry. I'm almost done.
It's not your fault. All of us are equally getting...
I'm loving this. This is the best.
This is all of us.
All right, fair. Cool. Feels good. Like, I was like, oh god, I really hope we're not doing... I mean, I'm not busy the rest of the night, and also I work tomorrow, so...
I work tomorrow.
I have nothing to lose. I've got I have all the only time at this point. Yeah, apparently the lady who lost her finger, she said to her husband, we have to go get first aid, look at my finger, and then she showed her finger to her husband, and she thought she was going to pass out because of how ugly it was, and he was also very disgusted, which I think is hilarious. Like, you lose a finger, and you go to your spouse, you're like, hey, I lost my finger, can we go to the first aid? And it's just completely clean off.
It's just clean bone.
I kind of respect that, though, to be honest, to just be, like, casual.
It's hilarious.
Like, yeah, I got to go to the first aid, be right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, man, adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
It really is.
She said that. She was like, hey, at least I didn't die. That was kind of her attitude. She was like, it could be worse.
That's a good attitude.
I guess. She said that sometimes she misses it, which I think is...
What, her finger?
Yeah.
They never found it? I thought they found it.
They found her finger, but they couldn't put it back on.
I guess,
was, like,
they didn't have it in time. Yeah, fuck.
Her daughter, her woman's daughter, found the finger in the pool, and then the lifeguard had to go dive in and get it. And imagine how long I don't know how long it's been in there, but
it's
anything waterlogged, it's disgusting. Like, that finger is no longer usable, especially in like a chlorine bath of like used pool water. I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't go near that finger at that point.
Pool water.
All right, what's networking about, dear?
Oh, to swim in human soup.
Please move on.
Please. So when you were talking about the Germasians, I found the name in this one thingy, and I was like, I don't know who these people are. Didn't realize it was the mall people, the people that made the mall. What this one thing said, it was in like a little like pool of rumors and stuff. A network of underground tunnels that connect the homes of the Germasians, the
no fucking way.
Interpret entrepreneurs who found the mall back in the early 80s. Apparently there's a little tunnel system down below. Again, don't know if it's real. I've never seen it.
No
I don't have any
fucking
sources.
way that's real.
That'd be hilarious.
These
if it
people
was, though.
are far too rich to live in the fucking city. All right?
Yeah, I don't think
They don't live here. Where
Again,
like,
that was a
there's
rumor.
not fucking Hamas tunnels all the way to their houses or some shit, dude. That's not. That's so stupid. I love it though, and I'm subscribing to this theory and adding it to my worldview.
I just have it written down. I'm like, I don't know, I'll believe it, I guess. But now that I know that they own them all, that would be, honestly, yeah. It's like a Walt Disney's head is in the freezer of the Disney headquarters thing.
It is,
Like,
it's in
That
the
one's
Epcot
true.
Ball.
That's real.
Is it the Epcot ball?
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there.
It's frozen in the
you-
Epcot ball. That's real.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Real life
Are you
Mr.
guys-
House. From,
Are you guys actually like? Are you fucking with me right now, or is that,
No.
is that real?
That's fucking
Okay.
bullshit. We're being idiots.
I'm not.
It's
Actually,
okay,
it's in there.
No, it's true. I saw it.
I saw it. It's just...
I could be. All right. My last one. So I was just, while I was looking, this was a while ago. I was like, man, what do I talk about for the lore section? Obviously, I found things to talk about, which is great because it starts so many conversations. But the first thing I looked up was dumb shit that happens at West Edmonton Mall. And I'm like, there's no way anything interesting would come up. Kind of want to click once for me. There was this that came up.
I immediately put this into Google the second the slide came up. I'm like, oh. So I read this. Can I read this this
go ahead.
Reddit post? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I need to search it up again.
It's this guy's story. He's like, this might have been a dream.
On
or this might have been real.
r/Edmonton, user u/somebody ate my poop. Mystery of the West Edmonton Mall poop eater. So I'm watching that episode of Rick and Morty where they reveal Mr. Goldenfield eats poop, and it shakes this memory out of my head. Around winter 2000, 2003-ish, I'm
You
a
just
young man
had this
pooping
on
in the
deck?
Phase 2 public bathroom at WEM. I finish my biz, and just as I'm about to flush, a random guy slides under the barrier of the adjacent stall into mine and snatches my fresh turds out of the bowl and shoves them into his mouth. He doesn't acknowledge me or even make eye contact. He's just in a crazed poop-eating frenzy. He was a white guy with a shaved head who I thought at the time looked a little like Mark Messier. I backed away, leave the washroom, leave the mall, and all the while making sure he's not trying to follow me, and I never see him again. Later on, I found out the same thing happened to a classmate of mine, also at the West Edmonton Mall, and around the same time, I watched a stand-up comedian on TV and also talk about the West Edmonton Mall poop eater.
Oh my God.
I know it has to be the same person. There couldn't possibly be more than one. Can anyone else shed light on the serial poop eater? Was he ever caught? What's his story? And then... That's the whole original post.
I'm picturing you
There's
just
comments
looking like
below it.
Agent 47 doing this.
You were so right. Mark Messier does look like
He
Agent
does.
47.
He does look like.
Ugh.
Well, that was about the worst thing I've ever heard.
I'm glad you
I don't
found
think
the
I want to
article, 'cause
present
I
that
was like,
part now.
I was gonna leave it as the like why does Francisco whip people thing where I just didn't elaborate, and I'm kind of happy you did because that was really.
Holy
I forgot
shit.
about the whole thing.
I got a comment here.
Oh,
I
get it?
heard
Yeah,
about
show
this same guy from, it's below the post, user, I want you to burn first. I heard this about this same guy. He
We're all
apparently
holding hands
worked at the same place I do, not at WEM. The details are similar. He reached on the stall to get someone's poop, only this time he was caught. We're union, so he didn't lose his job, but he did have to get help. Now, this could all be made up, but the person I heard this from isn't a liar, and the track record for getting things right is pretty good. That's
Huh.
and then
Holy
the
shit.
immediate first comment like, thank God for the union. I am personally saluting.
I don't know how to respond to this.
I do. We can move on. That was gonna be my response by not explaining the post. So this Kanye meme is now useless. I just was trying to find a meme that says "Guess we'll never know," and this came up, and I was like, well, gotta put that there. Anyways, yeah. Lore section is finished.
Kanye sucks,
gonna
but
discuss-
this speech that he gives, like this little like award ceremony, goes so
Yeah.
fucking hard. I gotta give credit where
I haven't
credit's
seen
due.
I haven't seen it, but I respect that. I was gonna end mine because I had a mall dream, and I have like a document on the mall dream, but it is quite long. This is a document that may never see the light, or at least not on podcast. I can tell you guys later, but
We'll do a
no
dream
need to.
episode.
Ooh,
Dreams?
ooh, right! I was gonna do a dream episode. I
That's
forgot
what
about
the
that.
I can talk
mask
about
is.
train mares.
Yes, dream mares. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for listening to the lore section.
Let's
Hope
slap a
Consider
cut in
this
here.
next. Yeah.
Game time.
Okay.
Game time.
Oh. All
Now
right.
it's time. Now it's Connor's turn.
Is it? Oh,
Connor,
it is.
it's
I
your
thought
turn.
Ray had a couple
Yeah.
more slides.
No, I'm done. I
All right,
literally just
so-
said I'm done my lore section.
I thought you had a little bit more after that.
Oh yeah, I was lying to you the whole time.
So, imagine in your heads, everyone, some sad music.
Ooh, elaborate experience.
My
The
next
one life,
segment-
envision experience.
Yep. Yeah, like they would have it.
Imagine you're in the one life vision experience, the AIDS I / HIV experience.
What a wild thing to put in a
Apologies.
shopping mall.
I'm so
Um,
sorry.
It really is.
This, picture some sad music. I'm not editing any in, but just picture it. What we're going to talk about next is just some things.
Go into a separate tab and open up sadmusic.mp3.
Yep, do that. Picture some
Send
sad
the link. I need it.
music. We're going to talk about some things that I miss personally. Some of them are recent. Some of them are from my childhood.
All of them should be returned to their
Yes,
rightful
the
place.
rightful place. None of these, like, it's not in any particular order. I just picked like 15 things, I think it is, and then I asked you guys too. I think I asked like my mom too, and she had tips, but I don't remember any of them. It was from like when she was really little, so I didn't put them in. But so yeah,
I'm
just
crying as we speak.
picture some sad. Yep, you should have tears in your eyes.
I'm crying. Yes.
We're gonna go a trip
I'm
down
so
memory
sad right
lane.
now.
My
and,
skin has been moistened.
We're gonna don't say it like that.
Moisturized.
And we're gonna go do a trip through better times. The dragon.
yes!
So the dragon. I did no research for this, by the way. This is just off the top of my head, so I should have, but I didn't. I forgot.
Per Connor fashion, of course.
It's fine. It's the dragon.
This
Everyone
is the
knows
dragon. The dragon
Oh, yeah.
used to hang above the movie theater. I remember being absolutely fucking terrified of it as a child. And then when I grew up a little bit, I was probably like 8 or 9. I was like, that's actually sick as fuck. And then it stopped working shortly after that. And then shortly after that, they removed it. There's
So
still
what you're
sort
saying
of
is you're
like,
the reason why the dragon doesn't work.
Yep.
You
There's
should
still
have been
parts
scared of
like
it.
they,
Your fear was fueling it.
The girder
That's
that it
true.
was hanging on is still there. It hung. The big Yoda was like on the opposite side of it, next to the Batman, which I'm pretty sure is still there. I saw Godzilla.
Batman
Batman
and
is
Yoda
still
are
there.
still there.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
sure I saw Godzilla a few months ago there, and or not a few months ago, a few weeks ago there, and I'm pretty sure it was still there. I
What
bought
did you go see a
tickets.
few weeks ago, loser?
I saw Godzilla. Godzilla X Con.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The,
That was Dune. I was like, that was a while ago.
No, I saw Dune in. I don't know, somewhere else in Edmonton.
Dune when Dune happened.
I think it was March.
I bought tickets when I saw Godzilla for the wrong theater. Because I'm a
Oops.
fucking idiot.
No!
I got my money
That's
back.
hilarious.
But anyways, yeah, so this thing was sick. Like, it would move every, like, half hour or so. It would breathe fire. It would roar. It was sick as hell. I wish they would put it back. I love the mall theater.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good photo booth there. It
Yeah.
was like the best, like, 4-person photo booth. I don't know. Did we take one together? I don't think we did.
No, I don't think it was
No.
that one. We have a photo. We have a couple photo
We
strips
do.
floating around.
We do have. I think so. Yeah.
It
I've been in a photo booth like once total.
the
next
only
mall
photo
trip
booth.
we will go
The only
to.
photo booths I've ever
Oh,
been
very
in.
good.
What Ray took me into.
It's a really good one. It's the best
All right,
one.
yeah. So the dragon, incredible, very cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be a reference for anything, or they just thought it would be sick, but it's still there.
It's
I
just
think
a
there's-
dragon, sick as fuck.
There are
Yeah,
still
dragon
sort of
cool.
references to it here and there, like the outside the door that leads to the parking garage kind of thing.
Yeah.
Above it, there's like a red thing, which is supposed to kind of be like part of its tail or something like that. Because it
I
was
thought
in
the
a.
tongue.
Oh, it might have been tongue,
That would
but
make sense.
I
No,
think
you're
that's.
right. I think
I
it is
think
the
that's
tail.
the only last reference of it. There were. The tail, it used to like extend over the roof, like over by near where the boat was. Not quite
Yeah,
that far,
yeah.
but it's not there
No,
anymore.
it was pretty far. Yeah.
The I just remembered this. The gargoyles in front of the door used to move too.
Did they actually?
I think they
They're
did.
Still there, though,
The
don't
gargoyles
they?
are still there, but they don't move anymore.
Yeah.
At least I think they're still there. Pretty sure.
Yeah,
They're still there.
I think they
Yeah.
used to
from when I
move.
last saw them.
That just that awoke.
Recent reports indicate the gargoyles
That
are
awoke
still
a
there.
long dead neuron. Putt and Glow. Putt and Glow was
Never
great.
went to this
There's
one.
also very few photos of it apparently.
Yeah.
So this was a glow in the dark mini golf. It was sort of like space themed a little bit, which you can't really see from the photos. There's an asteroid. I remember that vividly.
There's a star.
Because I'm a
think
little
remembering
dinosaur
this
kid.
one now.
There is a glow in the dark mini golf there. It's called like Dragon's Quest or something like that. Ray and I
Yes.
went there few months
Many
ago
times.
with some people we don't talk to anymore. But so I think this one was better than Dragon's Tale or whatever it's called, but that may be nostalgia.
I think it's Dragon's Quest.
Dragon's Tale, something like that.
Dragon's Quest
Something
is a
like that.
video game. Dragon's Tale is a
Dragon
TV
Quest
show.
is a video game. Dragon's Quest is not a TV
Whatever.
game.
The current Dragon mini golf. It is pretty good, but I think that might be childhood nostalgia that I prefer Putt and Glow. But yeah, this was cool. I always liked this when I was little. But the new Turnt Dragon one is pretty good too. The regular Professor Wem's golf is quite good too.
That's the one that's like near the Rexall, right?
Underneath Europa Boulevard.
Yes.
Or,
it's a London Drugs.
Yes.
And
Oh, sorry,
thank you,
London
London
Barbershop and...
Yes, that
Is
one.
there a barbershop?
I've never
Oh, yeah,
used that
there
one
is.
before.
Yeah, me neither.
What is across? Oh yeah, there was a brick, but they're remodeling it.
They
because
had
they put
the
the brick down by the Toyota thing, and there
Okay.
was also the weird reptile thing.
They had the
We'll
Frozen
talk about the
Yogurt
weird reptile
place,
thing
which
in a
they
minute.
closed, which is also sad. Oh, yeah, I think I should talk about that. Anyways, yeah, go ahead, Connor. Sorry about that.
Collector's Edge. Now this is a store. This one, Ray and I went to this many times. In high school,
Almost
Ray
like-
and I would go to the mall all the time.
Like all the
Like
time.
every second month.
I think I had the year off, but you had school the first year, I think, right?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Anyway, we went there a lot, yeah.
So this is like right across the way. I think there's a liquor store. No, it's like a VR arcade there or something.
It's
But,
it used to be like a military store, and then now it's something
Oh
else
yeah, it was a
entirely.
military store.
Yeah.
This was kind of
yeah, that
near-ish
place.
to
Mm-hmm.
like the Coin and Stamp and the Lego store.
H&M
Coin and
was
Stamp
next.
is-
That weird little section underneath Simon's.
Yeah. I love this
and
store.
by Caesars.
This
right?
was
There were
always
many
one-
weird
This was
stores.
always one of my favorite toy stop, collector's stop kind of stores. I love these. Coin and Stamp is really the only one
You
left.
can tell because it
unfortunately.
has the Lego logo
Yeah.
right there.
I bought a
Did
model.
not even notice that, actually.
Last time I was at the mall, I bought a model of an ATST from like a Bandai model kit from the Coin and Stamp. That was one of the most stressful experiences I've ever had. I haven't built a model since like my first year of university. Oh my god, I built part of it wrong, so I had to disassemble it to fix it. Oh my god, it was supposed to be a relaxing thing to do. And it's like, oh my god, just about having a fucking panic
I wish
attack
this
trying to
was Lego,
disassemble
he
it.
said.
You
See,
sweat
that's
for the
why I
things
like
you love.
Legos. It's easy to take apart. If I fuck up. But yeah, I really like Coin and Stamp. I was kind of biggish into Funko Pops.
Collector's
Wasn't that
Edge.
big, but I used to like Funko Pops back then. I don't hate them like some people do, but I don't buy them as much anymore because they're no longer $8 and they're like 20. But there was a lot here. I remember seeing Galaxy Bill from Gravity Falls here once for like $50, and I almost bought it, but I didn't. I
I
kind of
believe
regret
four
that.
out of the, I think 4 out of the 6 Funko Pops that I have are from you, because that was one of our purchases for each other for Christmas.
Oh,
is
yeah,
that we
we-
both got each other Funko Pops.
It wasn't specifically that. It was just in both of our price ranges.
Never
kinda-
buy
yeah.
me a Funko Pop, please. Thank you.
I won't.
I think the one that I was proud of the one that you pointed out because you liked it, but the one that the one of the what was it called? Doctor Who, the police box.
TARDIS.
TARDIS, thank you. The TARDIS one that I got you that one time. It was really
The
cute.
Tim
Really-
Dis-
You got me a TARDIS?
Yeah. Got you the one with the
You
flowers
did.
on it.
You got me the Clark. I have the normal TARDIS
Yeah.
too. It yeah, that was from you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You got me the
forgot
tea set. It's also in my
did get you the
my
tea
shelf just
set.
above me right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Aw, so cute.
I
Look
still
at
have
those go.
that.
So
Yeah,
cute.
I still have
Nobody
it
will
very much
understand.
so. My 12
Yeah,
Doctors
yeah.
next to it. I don't hate pop figures
Aw.
like some people do. I don't really buy them anymore, but because they're expensive and they're way oversaturated their own market. But I don't hate them like some people do.
I feel like we
Sorry,
talked about
Bobby.
we
this
already
already.
talked about this, so we'll skip it.
Yeah.
Mindbender, really fun once a trip, and then you're in agony. But it is pretty cool. Or it was. The Bourbon Street Jesters.
Oh my god.
Bring
Above
it
Bourbon
back.
Street, there used to be
forgot about
these horrifying jesters. Now, the original Bourbon Street aesthetic, when they first made it, was way cooler than the one when we were kids. But I wasn't alive then. I remember these.
Kind of
And
a
there's some more
horrible
shots.
memory,
There's
honestly.
some more shots of these. Oh no, these are horrifying. But I remember them vividly. Just staring over you like the fucking quintessence from Transformers with the multi-face things.
What the fuck is that store beneath the jester heads there? It's like
Over
a little
here?
kiosk or something?
I have
no,
no
on the
idea.
right picture. No. The
That's a garbage can.
directly under the big jester heads.
Over here?
Like directly under. No, right under
here?
them,
It's
right?
just a lady with like a t-shirt.
It's just a lady.
It's on, like, it's just a person.
Oh my god, I forgot about Moxie's. Moxie's was great. I should.
Oh my god, yeah. Moxie's is still there, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they rebranded.
I have a Moxie store.
There's
Alright.
still a
I love
Tony
that
Roma's.
place.
There's still a BP's. There's
Yeah, the
still a
BP's is still
Sherlock's.
Okay, never mind. But
I think the Jungle Gyms got fucked, but I don't think so.
Either way.
No, wait, didn't Sherlock?
I don't know.
Never mind.
Either way, the Bourbon Street Jesters.
And there's still
No,
an
it's not
old
Sherlock's
spaghetti
anymore. I don't
factory.
think.
Sherlock's is.
And it's just
there
as
is a Sherlock's.
mediocre as it always was.
Moving on.
Um, But yeah, these things
see the old spaghetti
terrifying.
factory.
But I remember them vividly. The Disney
So,
store.
they're here.
Now, when I was
Oh,
little, when I was a
yes.
little kid,
There was
I was a big
Disney
Disney
store
kid. And I still like Disney. Not the company, but I like Disney movies sometimes, the old ones. But this was a childhood.
I'll-
You have no choice
The-
but to like Disney now.
Yeah, I
they
don't
have
fuck
Star
to
Wars.
Disney.
this day,
I,
I still see the D in Disney as like an ampersand and not like a D.
I always
Me
saw it
too.
as a G,
I always saw it as like a
like
weird
a backwards
G. Yeah.
G, but it
Yeah.
does
The
look
most-
like an ampersand.
When
It
you
does
see it
not
as a
look
D,
like a D.
the whole logo changes. It feels very wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's,
this was all Disney stores in Canada are closed. I believe this was the last one open. But yeah, this I always loved going in here when I was little. It made me very happy. I still have some like my classic toys, which I believe came from here. Some little Toy Story toys. Sick, loved it. Very nice childhood memory for
They
me.
also had a big old tree in it too.
Yes, they
There
did.
was
You
a
can
tree
see
you
the
crawl under,
trees.
yeah.
There's like a castle. Coming around here at like Halloween time and seeing the cool costumes, great. I loved the Disney store when I was little. Target. Now Target, look, I'm not gonna lie, Target kind of fucking sucked, but it was nice to say there was a Target here.
Target.
Wait,
Target's
You're
Target's
giving a
entry into the
memoriam
Cana-
to
Target-
Target, not Zellers.
Target is
No,
hilarious.
hold that thought.
It is
Ray.
pretty funny.
This is
Okay.
Zellers is in here later.
We're
It was
in the-
nice to just have Target and say I'm
was
going
it,
to Target.
Was it really?
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong,
It's-
it's kind of a shit
I
store.
feel like-
but
What's so good about Target that you're not getting it
the
anywhere else?
big iconic
balls.
red walls, the Target logo. It was just
balls.
nice to finally have it.
Motherfucker,
Was it good?
Target
No.
was here for like
Balls.
a year or two.
I know,
Like,
and I
oh, yeah, there
remember
were
it.
balls actually. The balls were
And
nice.
the ball,
But,
yeah,
like,
these
they-
balls.
Yeah, look at them.
Yeah.
The fucking
So big.
Like, Target's like
So much pea stored
its
in there.
whole entry into like Canadian market. I think there's a Bright Sun Films. He did an episode about like Target in Canada and abandoned Targets. Very funny, like how they just like
Oh,
let's
Target
go to Canada. And then
sucks.
it
It's
doesn't
like
work.
Walmart, which I hate, but and
Worse
I've
somehow.
been to Target in the States, and it's way better there.
Yeah.
But this one, I
feels like-
remember it just being Walmart. It's.
I think we talked about before too. The Chick-fil-A is coming to Canada. It's coming
Yes,
to
it
West
is.
Mall. It feels like this is the Chick-fil-A. This is like the Target of food places now. Like who knows how long Chick-fil-A is gonna. I mean, I assume it's probably gonna be there for a long time.
Depends how
but
good God's chicken is.
I guess.
I'm gonna
in,
try it.
I'm a proletarian right now, so I'll probably try it when it opens. I'm eating chicken.
Are you? I didn't know that.
I'll
Yes.
look at. I'll.
I was a pescatarian
I'll-
until I went to the Red Lobster
We'll eat-
3 weeks ago, and then now I'm a proletarian, and then after this I will become back to a vegetarian because I do like having a stomach that doesn't hurt all the time.
We'll go eat the homophobic chicken. It'll be great.
Yay! And then finally I'll be normal. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's
gonna yeah.
cure
I'll conform to
Target.
society.
Target was terrible, but it was nice to have, and it's kind of nostalgic, even though it wasn't around for very long. This red
Yeah,
wall with the pillars here, this is very nostalgic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
HMV. So HMV, the Lego store is like here, like from the in
What?
relative to this. This is the stage we were talking about. So this was a record store, and like general nerd collectible store. I really liked it. It had 2 floors. It was very big. It was closed and replaced with Sunrise Records, and Sunrise Records moved. It's still there. It's just not in this building anymore, or in this area anymore. But Ray and I would spend many a time in here. I think I have a Rick and Morty T-shirt that came from here.
That's
I don't
great.
think I've worn it in like 7 years.
I think I have like
But
oh crap, I have some T-shirt from there too. It might have been I don't remember, but yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah, it was cool. You would go in, you'd look at movies, you'd look at records, you'd look at all the little collectibles and stuff. It was just a fun time. I'm not really a physical music kind of guy. Love physical media, but music is generally one of the few things that's so much better digital. because I can just slap it on my phone, no
It's just
problem.
easier, yeah.
It's just
I
easier.
have like a few discs that's just like a collectible almost instead, but
Don't get me wrong.
nothing from this.
Keep making physical music. I'm not against
It's
it.
important.
But yeah, it's very important. But like I will buy physical movies all the time. But
Yeah.
music though, like you got Apple Music or Spotify or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That's so easy that it's kind of better. But like that's kind of why this store went out of business. I think they're still around, but I don't know where any of them are.
Is there so
I'm
much?
looking it up.
Thank you.
I may be wrong on that, but the old
Ugh.
Galaxyland
My
aesthetic.
childhood.
So again, back when it was Fantasyland, it had an extremely different aesthetic yet, but this is the one I remember with the blue and yellow and Cosmo, and the space aesthetic and the rocks, the kind of purple rocks, and there's still kind of vestiges of it here and there, but Hasbro's gentrification of Galaxyland it's slowly replacing it, and it's much worse. Most of the rides are identical, just reskinned a bit, but the aesthetic was better, and it was nice to have an unthemed kind of, or like un-IP branded theme park that was pretty good, and it had its own kind of thing going on, and now it's just not that anymore. I've only been to Galaxyland like 3 or 4 times in my life, but I'm
upset
that I'm too big for the playground anymore.
I was gonna mention the playgrounds, the big playground,
right.
Which is completely different from the original playground. Which when I was asking my mom about it, that was the first thing she said. I don't have any pictures of it, but I remember the playground you're talking about. But yeah,
I'm also too big for the train.
I'm too big for the train too.
I had never rode the train. I wish I did. I was too much of a pussy as a child to ever go on any of the rides. I went on 2 roller coasters total.
The train
and
the train was slow. It just like slowly went around.
I didn't go on the train, but I'm talking about I was too scared because it goes through a tunnel.
It's so cool.
It goes to the tunnel. I was afraid of everything growing
it's
up.
still there, but
I do wish I was on that.
But
thing.
yeah,
I thought it wasn't there anymore. It's like gone, isn't it?
No, the train's still there.
What?
Alright, well, let's fuck me, I guess.
But yeah, like this aesthetic is just, it's just like unique, like the sort of retro space vibe, and some of the statues are pretty shitty. I'm not gonna lie, but like
they're iconic.
They're iconic to me because they were around in my childhood. They're like Quirks in the Works, where it's like the laser shooty one in the dark room. It's great. It's just shooting wacky aliens. Like it's so much fun. You got the giant towering head of Cosmo above it. Like this is part of the jungle gym here. You can see kind of part of it. Very nostalgic, very lovely. I remember when I was little, I don't know if you remember this, and there's no slide about this. There were kiosks all over the mall that would have paper maps on them. And they've been replaced with the digital maps, which, yeah, don't get me wrong, that is better and easier. But when I was little, they would reprint these like every other month. I would print them, or I would go get one every time I was there, and I would always stare at the maps for the water park, which I've never been to, and the map for Galaxyland. And I don't know why. I was just really fascinated with those maps. Yeah, I love this old aesthetic. Now it's just Hasbro stuff. But I don't even have like cool Hasbro stuff. It's like Sorry, Hungry Hippos. G.I. Joe, which I like, has been relegated to like
the only cool thing about it.
Yeah. There's not
the
even
climbing wall is fun.
The climbing wall is cool, I'm not gonna lie.
I love rock climbing.
Yeah.
And
kind of.
But yeah, like it's just like the most random brands now. It's like Hungry Hippos bumper carts. It's like why? It's worse.
I have a report on my HMV research.
Oh yes.
HMV?
So it's a British company, right?
Is it? I didn't know that.
Well, that makes sense. British people
Stands for His Master's Voice, a record label formed in 1901. HMV Canada was a subsidiary that is now owned by the same guy and group that owns Toys R Us. And I'm going to read you guys a global news headline.
There was actually a Toys R Us in that HMV building for a bit. I think that was seasonal.
From February 1st, 2024. HMV making a comeback through Toys R Us locations in Ontario.
Huh.
It's back.
Hell yeah!
Apparently,
love to see it.
It's more profitable than Toys R Us. Apparently,
Ray, we need to make our tri-monthly pilgrimage to Toys R Us so I can spend money.
Monthly?
When was
When was that? Oh, we do go often.
Every-
Whenever me and well, every Halloween we go as well because
Yes.
we just go to Halloween stores every Halloween. Then we go to Toys R Us because it's right next to one of the Halloween stores.
Yes.
And then
I
I
run
guess
around for a
whenever we
little
go to the
until Ray
mall.
gets mad at me. And
No,
then
I like
we-
Toys R Us. Come on.
You guys
I just
do too
eventually-
much consumerism.
I like toys.
it's hard to spend time with each other because we just spend money.
Yes. Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
always go window shopping and then always both wind up spending too much money.
Yeah.
I think that was
bought
good that trip.
Guys,
last
speaking
time
of
we went.
capitalism, I went to IKEA last few weekends ago, I think.
yeah?
And
IKEA's
I
great.
got the big I got the big Blahaj
Did
shark.
you? Nice.
Got
I
the
did.
shot. Yes.
Yeah.
I got the big guy. So I have the baby guy and the big guy in the same spot. They're both in my bed.
They're,
Doubled up.
yeah, I got the big one too. He's great. Ethan and I
Yes.
went on a trip once. This is an off-topic story. We went to IKEA.
Big surprise for this podcast.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Don't be shocked.
9 o'clock in the morning, right when they opened, we grabbed 2 Blahages, and just that was it. Actually, I grabbed some little shelf dividers too. That was the whole. We were just walking around with a cart with just
And
2
you told
Blahages.
me it was the fastest.
It
IKEA
was,
trip
yeah.
you
That
ever had.
you had that shit on lock. But I thought
I can never
like
imagine.
people 100% thought we were a gay couple, and that's fine. I'm not like mad at that. I just think it's funny.
That's
we
cute.
were super
It's as if
cute.
Yeah,
as
we
if
were.
you guys have never been shipped before
Oh yeah,
by me.
it's by you.
I'm just kidding.
The
Me.
it's not like a
Burn
my
public
Kindle.
thing.
My
Kindle.
Kindle.
I just think it's funny.
It is
Yeah.
funny.
Honestly, it was really
Cutest thing,
cute.
The cutest thing that day was the one mother and again
Yes.
assuming one mother and child, we shall say, lest we assume their gender. The mother saying to the kid, "It looks like you're not the only one who's into these sharks," or something along
That
those lines.
is
It was
hilarious.
adorable. I wanted to give him a
That's
high
so funny.
five, but I didn't.
I
That's
think there's
really
a picture of the cart with just the 2 sharks on my Instagram.
You guys did send it
There
to. I remember seeing it. I don't know if it was in one of our group chats or
I
if
think
it
we
was in a
sent it to the group chat. I
DM
don't
somewhere,
remember.
but oh man, it was really funny.
Oh yeah.
I
Only
feel-
people on the in crowd know that it's a gay thing. Don't.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
All right.
Except me. No, never mind.
Sloth
Sloth World.
So this was a recent
Yay.
one. This was only around for like probably not even a year.
3 days.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was not
very,
around
very
very
short.
long, but I went to it while it was open. I thought it was great. Like I was looking forward to going back to it. They had like kind of like right behind this sign there were like tortoises that you could see, and then inside there was like lots of lizards and snakes and frogs, and there was a sloth.
There were dino eggs here for.
There was a dinosaur. I should have put pictures.
Think
of
you guys
this.
can incubate them and turn them into dinosaurs and put them on your farm?
No, there was a
Darn.
like it was a themed about dinosaur eggs. It was like a rotational kind of gallery, and they brought in. There's some pictures of this on my Instagram too. I think they had like
course you are,
Protoceratops with Psittacosaurus. I think Ingenia, which is an oviraptor. There's a lot of information on oviraptors. There's some hadrosaur stuff.
Egg
Do
thief.
dinosaurs lay
The egg
eggs?
thief. Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
They had cloacas?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
The right birds are dinosaurs.
Yeah. Oh, speaking
All
of
reptiles
dinos,
lay eggs.
ginkgo trees. Do you have one?
Do they lay
What?
eggs?
No.
Ginkgo trees do not lay eggs.
I'm not talking about laying eggs.
What
I'm talking
about-
about prehistoric
what
stuff.
about-
That's literally what you were
trees.
talking about.
Oh yeah, that's
What
fair.
about?
Okay, never
What
mind.
do you mean? Do I have one? No, I don't.
What's a tree?
No, I
Okay.
don't have one. They don't grow
Apparently
very
that-
well here. You can
Apparently-
sort of do it, but
You can do it.
there's one at
Do you
the
know the history of them?
Yes, they're ungodly old. They showed up mid-Triassic, I think. Maybe
I use
mid-Permian.
they found
I
it,
don't
yeah.
remember.
Okay, cool.
But they're very old and have stayed pretty much the same. I had a lady at a greenhouse that I don't work at. I was just there. She was like, "Oh, do you know what's cool about the ginkgo trees?" And I'm like, I took a lot of effort not to say like, "I'm a paleontology student." Yes, I'm wearing
You
a
want to
shirt with a
mansplain this
dinosaur on it.
person?
No, I didn't. I was nice. I let her talk, but she was very nice.
I didn't mansplain. I did
She was a very nice lady.
I'm sorry. That's good.
But yeah, like this thing was really nice. They had a big red tomato frog. I loved that guy. And they fed the snakes while I was there. I was there on like a Tuesday afternoon, so it was dead. It was just like me,
So
the person I
somewhere
was
around
with,
this time,
and
you mean?
a couple other random people. And then but like they like took the snakes out so we could like see them. It was great, and I'm very sad this closed. It was not around very long, but I think that was because it wasn't in a very good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
Isn't it
cool.
where the pet store used to be too? Like kind of in the area.
No, this
No,
was
this
opposite
is
the
where
London
brick.
Drugs, near the
Yeah.
food court. The pet store was
This was a brick
yeah. The pet store was where the Aurora is now.
by the chapters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
I think so, at least.
Yes. No,
Millennium.
this was a brick.
So-
Millennium.
I don't
Brick.
think I ever went in this store, but I remember distinctly the dragon sign, and I was thinking
sick as hell.
when I was little, I was
Gonna
like,
say
"That's
that feels
sick as
familiar.
fuck."
Is that a snake skeleton?
It's a
on
snake
that one and a
skeleton in
fish?
resin and a
Dude.
fish skeleton.
I thought it was a. I looked at it. I'm like, that's a
It's a snake.
siphonophore.
No, it's a snake.
It looks like a siphonophore.
The
though. It's kinda
it does
cool.
look a little like a siphonophore, but that is definitely a snake.
Yes.
But the this story is closed, and I really wish that I would like. I remember like asking my mom to take me in there when I was little, and she was like, "No, too weird."
They're gonna
Too
make you
weird.
gay.
We need you to be normal and like sports
I'm
and
not
stuff.
taking you into the emo store or whatever it was. So I don't. But
Here,
I
here,
don't
sweetie,
even.
go look at these Legos. You'll be
Yeah.
normal over there.
I don't even
Yeah,
100% know if this kind of stuff was there, but God, I wish there was a store that sold resin casted fish and butterflies. A little
sure
metal
there was.
scorpion thing. Or
There's a place on Queen Street in
big
Toronto that does.
Sci-fi blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss.
Or
Stop
not
bragging,
sci-fi,
Ray.
steampunk blunderbuss.
Steampunk is a division of sci-fi.
That's true. I
Steampunk is a
suppose.
way of life.
I just remember seeing the dragon sign, like the castle wall was sick. There's a store kind of over by Game City in Phase 1 called The Lair, which is pretty cool, and they kind of fit sort of a similar niche. They've got
Is
fossils
that the one with
there.
Oh,
With the
okay,
throne,
remember.
yes.
With
They've
the
got,
is it with the
they
sword?
recently
Oh,
started
okay.
selling fossils. They've got like a lot of like replica swords, which are sick.
Yeah, they have. They're
Um,
like real steel
Yeah,
swords.
it's a
too.
cool
Some of them
store.
are.
So
Yeah.
it kind of fills the
It's really
same
cool.
niche, but
I
I
got
do
some
miss
dice
the Dragon
there.
Wall.
My current wallet is from there. I have a D&D wallet from them.
I almost bought a trilobite when I was there last, but I did not.
That's hilarious. I think we were there last
That's
year.
good
Oh, no, you said you were-
self-control, Connor. I'm proud
you
of
were
you.
somebody
Yeah,
else.
it was like
That is-
20
yeah,
bucks.
that's impressive
I
for you.
bought my model, so it was like I was on a budget already, and I already spent. I bought.
Connor on a budget. Ugh.
I'd bought movie tickets and I'd bought the model, and I was like, well, I and food, so I was like, yeah, I've spent too much money already. So
That's fair.
the old aesthetic, just in general.
Y'all like film grain?
Yeah, these are some of these are really old pictures. It's kind of a hell of a time finding some of these. Like
This reminds me of the DLC part of The Last of Us,
That's-
where they're in that mall and then Ellie kisses a girl and then they both die.
That's
Spoiler.
nice.
Yeah,
This
They
that's
don't
crazy.
die.
Film.
This, I believe,
Just
was the
spoilers.
last sort of area that had. Oh fuck! I forgot to put a picture in. That's fine. It was the last sort of area that had the real trees in them, and I missed that.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw
They're
that same
gone.
Best Edmonton Mall
Yeah.
like thing. Yeah, I think the actual code is something along the lines of last mall with real trees in it,
Yep.
at least in North
Damn.
America.
This
That's
one's a little
crazy.
older than I remember. This is phase 1.
That is phase 1.
Yeah.
That's probably a photo phase 1 when it opened up in 1981.
yeah. So this
That
is
looks
older.
I
than
am
good,
very
honestly.
intrigued. So that what we're looking at here is where like Santa normally is. The Hudson's Bay is off either off to
Yeah.
our right or left or it's off to our left because we're looking at Eaton's.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's off to our right then in that case.
Game City's like
But-
here.
We're looking at Eaton's. Eaton's was
Connor only knows
north.
what Game City is.
I like
is
that
right
store.
there. You are correct.
It's just
I'm
the only
wondering
thing
what's-
over here.
I think there might be like maybe there's birds in that cage right there. I
was
don't
gonna say,
know.
what's in the
I don't know.
center?
I couldn't
What's it
find.
supposed to
This
be?
is like the only picture of this kind of stuff I could find.
This kind of, it's so cool. Why do we don't conform to
There's no-
modernness?
Like the store is, or the mall isn't the aesthetic. The current aesthetic isn't bad. It's just generic.
It's okay.
just,
It's
like,
just
modern.
modern.
There's no
It's boring.
personality. This is way better. So you
Bourbon
can
Street's
see here
okay.
a lot of like the
Yeah.
gold.
Bourbon Street was better when it had neon.
It
That was
exactly. I
true.
agree. It's okay now. Like it's fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
what they had before, what it is now, is
A lot of like
better.
the gold mirrors on everything and the gold trim. This and
Gold
the
is
old
good.
floor, the old colored flooring. Like it was sick. There was one stairwell, which I forgot to put a picture of, in the mall, kind of near-ish to the bookstore, which still has that original. It's right next to the Fantasyland hotel entrance. That still has like the gold mirror
Oh
trim.
yes.
Yeah.
They have a nice bathroom down there.
They
Actually, it's
do
not that
have a
nice,
nice-
but it is a nice bathroom to
there
go
is a
to. It's
bathroom there.
convenient. Yes.
But that is the last place in the mall, at least to my knowledge, that still has that old kind of mirrored stuff on it, and it's great. And I
And
hope
the
they don't remove it. But or like look at the old food court with the palm trees. I believe this is a little bit before our my
I
memories,
think
but
this is...
I remember the
'cause
shooty
they-
fountains. They used to have fountains all over the place that shot the water.
This is the Phase 3 food court we're looking at.
Yeah.
You'll notice the upper section is open. During Phase 4, if I understand, when the Sport Check was built, it covered over that area, is why that occurred.
Like, look at
Was
the
there
old...
ever...
Look at the flooring in Bourbon Street, old Bourbon Street. This Baskin Robbins is the marble slab now.
Yeah.
The Boston Pizza's
There's
still
a
there.
bubble tea place now a little bit further down.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that is in here. Yeah, I hate bubble
Yeah.
tea.
No! You cuck.
The
What's wrong with having balls in your mouth, man?
it's just gross. They're just squishy and
It's-
rubbery.
You're just basic.
They're
You don't like
gross.
pasta. You don't like
I
bubble
like
tea.
pasta.
What do you like?
Old Spaghetti Factory isn't gross. It's just fucking boring. It's
Connor,
and expensive.
you know what? You're mid.
You're mid.
Says someone who likes penny. Says something's
Also-
boring. That was
Also,
boring
I was
character.
wrong. In this store, like over here, I think the store is called like Imagination Land Toys or something like that, or Imagination Toys. That's
I
over
think
here
it's
too.
imagination. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that store. It's great.
It's.
I
still
want
there,
to
right?
spend. Yeah, it's still there. I want to spend
Sweet.
a lot of money anytime I go there, but
I wish
they've
I
got a
bought
lot
the
of
FNAF plushies.
Transformers. They've got there's a
yeah,
lot
they
of
do.
sometimes like discount stuff like Minecraft swords
Yeah.
or FNAF stuff Among Us. But
They
they
had,
also
like, a
have
purple
like Transformers, Black Series toys, Star Wars helmets and lightsabers. It's a lot of anime stuff, pop figures.
The purple
It's great.
Minecraft sword. I
Purple
don't know what the purple
Minecraft
is supposed to
swords.
be.
It's discount.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
just,
wish they don't have FNAF toys
Oh,
anymore. I
wait.
wish I got one when I was there.
But the old malls.
Sorry, I'm incorrect. In that photo in the bottom right, the Hudson's Bay is behind us, so we're right by Eaton's. That staircase in that image still exists today.
Yeah, it's still there.
And where that this opening is like the bouncy trampoline rope thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, then that's the car dealership.
That's the car dealership.
Ah,
down on the floor
okay.
right now, yes.
Yeah.
That's where Toyota is.
All right.
That's where we are.
But yeah,
Oh.
just in general, like just the old aesthetic had so much more personality. And before we were born, like when the mall opened, the aesthetic was even better. But
90s shouldn't have
Everything's-
ended, you know?
yeah, fantastic.
The
I miss
world
it.
is better now than it was then. I will
The
not
world
elaborate.
it's
in some
the
ways. but
aesthetic back then was much better. The world itself,
even aesthetics,
better
and
now.
this is getting slightly off topic into a tangent. It'll take me a while, but like even if you like old museum aesthetics and stuff, I just prefer the old aesthetics to stuff. Even though the new galleries might be better, the aesthetic was nicer. The old one. That's I think a presentation for a different day, but. Comics hobby. This is another collector store that's closing. It says soon because it may technically still be open, but it is closed. It's in the process of closing. It's probably done by now.
Yo,
But
I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's closing. They'd been here like 30 years, and I'm very
No,
sad.
The bottom right photo. There's the two key. They have keyblades there. They have the
I think we saw
Oh,
one.
she's
Wayfinder,
fucking-
Oblivion, and then I don't actually know if
I
it's
think
Wayfinder,
you
but I know
pointed
one of
the
them's
fucking
Oblivion.
giga nerd.
Lightsabers
Oh my
there.
And then there's the gold one with the silver normal key. That's the Sora's keyblade, and the color's inverted is Mickey Mouse's keyblade. Mickey Mouse is a keyblade master, and he's also emo. He wears like a little dark cloak and hides among people, and apparently people don't realize that there isn't actually a mouse amongst their people. It doesn't matter. Anyways, yes, very cool.
These might be the
Kingdom
same
Hearts
photo,
is deranged.
Yeah.
But this store I bought a lot of stuff at. I bought most of my Star Wars models came from here. Not that I have very many. I only have like 3 or 4. But almost all of my copies of Catan, because my family
You
has.
guys have a lot.
We have all of them.
Catan Psychos.
Yeah, my family loves Catan, so we have every single expansion of like the base expansions, not like the weird sci-fi spin-offs or whatever, and then the expansions to make it 5 players. So most of them came from here, and I know some of my friends got a lot of models here, so we'd always check it out.
I have Pokemon stuff from here.
Yep, I think we used to check it out and look at the Pokemon
figurines.
stuff.
Oh, there's mini paints as well. There's like paints that you can use to paint.
like models and
minis or
stuff, models
models
minis.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Which
I'm
is
very
quite
sad
good.
the store's closing. I think there's still a location somewhere else in the city, but yeah, this store had been in the mall like 30 years, and it's sad. It's kind of down the hall from the Games Workshop, which was sort of taking some of its business, I think, because like you go to
where I
the
get my
I'm
face piercing
I'm
stuff, too.
afraid of Games Workshop because Warhammer is a black hole of money I will go down.
That surprises me. Warhammer, really?
Okay,
Feels like it's out of your aesthetic.
they look
Or
so
out of your-
cool.
They do look cool. I won't lie.
I've never played the game, but
Oh yeah.
Desirs or Desirees, as Ray calls it. There were 2 locations. It moved, and now it's closing. It's by where the whale is now.
Well,
And again, it may technically still be open, but if it is closed. It's just about
It's
done.
completely closed.
It is gone
is
for
closed
real now?
completely.
Okay, I was pretty
Yeah.
sure it was.
L.
This was an art supply store, but Ray and I would frequent this a lot. They used to sell Lego too. I got the buildable Scout Trooper speeder bike figure
I
there.
point it out every time I go to his
Yep.
room. I'm like, oh, I got that at Desiree.
I
So
got
it's
that
Sears.
there about like 6 months or so after it retired because I kind of forgot about it. So I was able to snag it there. Ray and I spent a while building a puzzle there, only to realize it was missing a piece, and we were mad.
Exactly one piece.
The
I
one
remember that
piece.
photo.
Um,
Shut up. Keep
No,
going with this.
but like, it's just an art supply store. But like again, Ray and I would frequent this a lot. Ray is just my mall person. We go to the mall a lot. If you can't tell,
Yeah.
I love right whales.
Zellers.
Right, what?
I think it's a
Right
right whale
whales?
or a bowhead.
Right whale?
I think it's about.
Oh. Ooh, I have like
Yeah,
my
it is
friend and I
bowhead.
spent our 18th birthday, one of my friend's 18th birthday thing in there. We took like we were sitting in that whale for like an hour, and people kept wanting to come inside, and they noticed 3 teenagers were in there, and they walk away, and we're like we don't look intimidating, but we don't look normal either. So it's more of just like
Look like freaks.
weird emo,
Our
like
theme
Hot
is
Topic.
episode of not being normal.
Like weird, maybe like more of a Spencer's kid than a Hot Topics kid. Like we look like we've probably done something stupid that's also illegal, but not necessarily.
Zellers. So Zellers, this was actually the same place where the Target was. Again, it wasn't like good.
immediately prior to the Target.
Yeah.
Well, not immediately, but
And
prior
this-
to the Target.
It was
Was the
Yeah,
Sears in here
Zellers,
too?
also another like subsidiary of the Bay.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. So like Zellers wasn't like
Oh.
good, but it's nostalgic, right? Like, Sears was all. There is no slide on Sears, but I figured I would mention it. I never liked Sears, but I do kind of miss it. My granny would always take me there sometimes whenever I would go in the area with her, going shopping with her.
The only interaction I had with Sears was the Sears Christmas catalog.
I never
Oh,
actually
yeah!
experienced those.
I used to pick my Christmas toys and stuff from the series catalogs and stuff, and yeah, when I was a kid.
But yeah, like
great.
Zellers, it was just your standard department store. It's not like, I think Winners is here now, right?
This is the Winter's Home Sense, yes.
Yeah, like they're all basically the same, but
There's
They
a
are the same.
Marshalls and a Winners and a Home Sense. Home Sense and Winners, I think, are the same store in the mall, but there is a Marshalls as well, which is also a branch of Winners, which is near the Ice Palace
yes, it is.
as well.
But yeah, just a store I miss. Oh, I thought I had more. But I think I made this reject modernity, embrace tradition. The old aesthetic was just cooler. Like, this is fine. It's just kind of generic. Like,
It's like sleek.
the old one was unique. Just the modern aesthetic just doesn't have personality to it. It's not bad. It's just like your standard shopping mall now, and that makes me sad.
Yeah. It's almost as if
yeah.
a mall has its own brand.
There we go.
This is a
That's what we
picture, 2 cursed pictures, and then an actual good picture of Ethan to prove that we've been there. This is a fairly recent picture of Ethan.
Listen, I was just waiting for you guys to buy alcohol.
Yeah, Ray and I were in a liquor store,
You're in the liquor store, yeah.
and then Ethan was just
Yeah.
reading outside. This
It's a
is
good
during
book.
COVID. This is
Encyclopedia
the
of the Weird and Wonderful.
This is the oldest picture here with me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but Ray took
I
it
asked you to
out.
pose next to the, yeah.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
is near the bingo, near
Take
the
a photo
orchid.
of them.
yeah, and then this is a slightly stretched out picture of Ray when we were at the bowling alley for our friend's birthday
This
party.
is, yeah, this is pretty recent.
Yeah,
These are
Ethan
not
was
pretty,
here too.
yeah, pretty recent.
It's-
Because all the piercings are so far up to date.
Yeah, this was about
It's-
a year ago.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's proof. We've been to this place.
Yep,
That's
Yeah.
it.
that's it. That's it.
All right,
Sweet.
This-
I need to get the fuck going. So let me. Are we all good?
We're
I'm gonna
good. We're good.
blast out this outro. Okay. Thank
I
you so
think we're
much for
good.
listening to. Don't even get me started. Podcast about presentations about things.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening.
Yep.
Subscribe, follow the podcast.
This one's for you, Edmontonians.
Find it wherever good podcasts are sold.
Yeah, I bet this was
Ray
does
comprehensible. Connor has a YouTube channel. I do photography. Connor is going to link these things below here.
They're all
and
in the
I have to
description.
leave.
Indeed.
The episodes might get a little weird in the future because Ethan has to
Did
go
they?
to Vancouver for a bit, but
Do you just leave?
We'll figure it out. It's fine.
Nice.
Oh,
What?
I thought you
No,
got
I'm
up and
still
left.
No, I need to go. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
goodbye.
all right, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.